symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
HMMG. Hami Media Group. This is your next level wrestling review. And this is NXT.
Wow, that was a double.
Yes, boy!
Better. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your next level wrestling review here at #Hami Media Group. Head over to channelattitude.com. The latest and greatest in pro wrestling, sports entertainment, conspiracy analyst stuff, and more at channelattitude.com. But right now, you are watching us here live, as we do every single Wednesday, at Hami Media Group's YouTube page here on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the reporter, the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. I'm never alone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 5-time gasoline gimmick on a pole match. That's not your intro. It is the one, the only, the vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your 3-time gasoline can on a pole match. Is gasoline $7 here in New York City? $7 a gallon. #thank you, Brandon. He is the one, the only. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The vet, Jamie Williams. What's going on, vet?
Well, not much. I'm just I'm sipping on a nice fresh bottle of gasoline right here.
Oh, you're just drinking it, huh?
Yeah, you know.
You can do
when
that.
You're balling like me.
Oh,
you can afford to just sip on the fresh gas.
Kidding me?
It tastes almost as good as it smells.
Does it? Oh, I love the smell of gasoline. Who doesn't love the smell of gasoline when it's, you know, like the old when you're in the back of the what is it, the station wagon?
Right.
You go on a trip with 5 of your friends just jammed in, laying on the floor in the back. If you ever got into a car accident, you look like the fucking lottery balls. All over the place. Oh, veteran. It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you.
Right?
I know you were on Impact Attack last night. I got to produce that. How was that?
Well,
wasn't it last night? Was it Monday?
I guess it was, wasn't it?
Oh, the night before. Whatever the fuck.
Technically, you know, there's that crossover where I'm on the West Coast and it's still one day, and they're on the East Coast and it's tomorrow.
Elizabeth says, and I quote, "I hate I miss the backward facing seat." No, Liz. I'm not talking about a seat.
Yeah,
I'm talking about just thrown in the back, like the area where you would literally store your luggage. There was no seat. I'm gonna put this over. You excited for this main event? DUI championship. Winner take the driver's license. Who do you think goes over here, vet?
Man, I think we all lose at this one.
You think so?
Yeah. Just boy.
Jeff Hardy. What happened? That's the most terrifying picture I've seen all day.
Is that like is that the car they have on like at the fair?
I think
the carnival,
so.
like where
like Chuck E. Cheese and shit.
Yeah, it just goes around the track, but it puts a steering wheel so the kids feel like they're doing something.
Absolutely. Look at this thing. Oh no, this is. I think
It's
what is this? Oh no,
Is this a wind-up car? Like either way, it's still too unsafe even for them.
unbelievable.
I wouldn't even give them a Hot Wheel at this point.
Not even a Hot Wheel, huh?
No, like you can't play with these.
Well, listen, boys and girls, I just wanted to thank you all. There's a bunch of people that hit me up, reached out to me, not only on Facebook and stuff, but also personally, wishing me and my wife a happy 1-year anniversary being married, even though we've been together almost 9 years. But we committed to each other. That's why I wear this gimmick. See that?
Right.
That cool.
Officially 1 year.
In the eyes of the Lord. Not Regal. Not Lord Steven Regal. God. The big man. Not Andre the Giant. God. So the big man. So, what's going on, man? Just, we only talk like really once a week. We text here and there, but anything popping off, though? Anything, interesting in this world?
Actually.
Oh, let me fade this out.
Yes.
What? Hold on.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Billy Ray Valentine's in the chat. That's very interesting.
Shit. Wow. So what's interesting?
And since he's here, would you like to apologize
For what? I apologize.
publicly for, roasting him for saying that Tecmo World Wrestling was a terrible game?
It is.
Because you were thinking of a different game entirely, and you were confusing that game, which was Tag Team Wrestling,
That's the same thing.
with Tecmo World Wrestling. Would you like to apologize for trying to embarrass him on the air?
No. He does it all himself. The real
But
RVD.
he had a good game, though.
We
were wrong.
Can we move past this?
Well, as soon as you apologize, I think we can all move past it.
No, that's not going to happen.
All right. Well, then I would just like to, on behalf...
Oh, you can't do that. How are you going to apologize on behalf of who? The show?
On behalf of... Yes, exactly. On behalf of Hameen Media Group.
Bullshit.
And all of our wonderful programs and the great content creators that come up with these programs, I would like to personally say that I apologize that anyone, I won't name names, that anyone would disparage Tecmo World Wrestling in a public forum. It may not be the greatest wrestling video game ever made, but it is a very good wrestling game, and you are certainly well within your rights to put it on a list of greatest wrestling games. And I would just like to state for the record that regardless of who might have disparaged Billy Ray Valentine's choice, Big Ray Hernandez was thinking of a completely different game in his mind when he was saying that. So please forgive Big Ray for his transgressions, as the Lord would, who looks down upon your sanctimonious marriage.
But
Yes, sir.
Will you stop?
I mean, I thought it was pretty good, though.
well, oh God, this fucking fool is in here.
Wow.
Wow, we got.
We
you know
have
what?
got such a packed house. Should we even...
I think we need.
I actually had something besides this
Well,
when
please.
you asked me how I was doing, but should we just jump right to acknowledgements?
No. Just tell me, what is it? Because you never talk.
Okay. Well, you're already going to tune out immediately because
Oh shit.
this past Sunday was New Japan Pro Wrestling put on their Dominion show, which is it would probably be the equivalent of SummerSlam for them. Like if Wrestle Kingdom was WrestleMania, Dominion would be like the SummerSlam. And they had a main event with Jay White and Kazuchika Okada. And guys, let me just tell you, I know it's fun to give me shit, for talking about New Japan, Chinese karate wrestling from Korea, all that stuff. Dave Meltzer, 10.5 stars, Tokyo Dome. I get it.
Before you continue, should I just hold on? Okay, that's better. Go ahead now. Please proceed.
Okay.
Hey.
So we all know it's fun to, blah, 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 whatever. Your shitty opinions, whatever.
Hey.
But I am just telling you, if you guys get a chance, and Ray, I'm talking to you now. This is what I want you to do, Ray.
No.
You didn't even let me finish.
Okay.
If you ever put any credence into anything I say, if you ever hear anything I say and go, the vet's got a point, you got to trust me on this one. I want you to watch this match, okay? And the following post-match interviews, promos, everything, whatever.
What the fuck is going on today? Sorry, guys.
Wow, Jimmy T. And Jimmy will agree with me. Go watch this, and then Ray, I want you to do a run-in on the Impact Attack on your way home from work or whatever, and give me a review right there live on the show. We'll interrupt whatever we're doing, and you give me a review, and you tell me.
Wait. Are you telling me that you are actually asking me to do a run-in on the Impact Attack? Now, does it have to be me, or
that's how serious? I'm both kinds of serious. I'm dead serious
and serious
like a late period.
What?
It's serious if I'm asking Ray to show up on one of my other shows.
So
that's where I'm putting my money where my mouth is. But I want to hear your honest, unbiased, professional opinion.
I think that's fair. So it's just
you
one match.
You remember what happened the last time I did this? The last time we did this was Walter Dragunov.
Just one match, right? I don't have to watch like the whole show or anything like that.
No. One match, from intros to bell to post-match interviews.
Oh, he's serial. He's dead serial. Huh. Okay. Fair. You know what?
And that extends to the whole chat, but you can't all come on the Impact Attack. But if you guys are sitting here and you're tired of us having to slog through this developmental wrestling, or you're tired of Ben and Stevie having to try to make sense of Raw and SmackDown with Vince Russo, and everybody that suffers through the WWE programming, and you keep saying whatever happened to wrestling, whatever happened to this or that, this isn't as good as it used to be, everybody that's disenfranchised with the entire sport, I want you to, I don't care what means you take to do it, go watch the main event of Dominion, and then you tell me what you think, if pro wrestling's dead or not. That's all I'll say.
So what you're saying is that after I watch this match, it will revitalize my belief that pro wrestling is still alive and well. This one match. This is the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant of Chinese karate wrestling from Korea. Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to say that it will revitalize your love of pro wrestling or say it's alive and well. I will say that it will give you hope. Oof. That there are still people who can do this right.
Yeah, but Jay White's in this match.
I don't even know what point you're trying to make with that. The fact is, you've seen, obviously, by saying what you just said, shows me you've seen exactly 0 Jay White matches.
I've seen plenty of Jay White.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You may have seen like a picture on Twitter several times, but that doesn't count. That's not the same thing.
All right, fine.
But anyway, that's what I did this week. So
I could see myself, watching this match and just be like, "Oh, I don't have that up. I guess it is what it is." I was gonna put a funny little thing, but I'm not gonna do it.
Emotional, damn it! You want some therapy?
I think it's time, Vet.
Ooh, I think I know what time it is.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
It is time, Vet, to acknowledge the people, the supporters, the friends, the family here at the Next Level Wrestling Review. How you doing?
Hey, forget about it. All right.
2 holes. Figure that out.
All right, well, let's go with Google's list of participants here.
Okay.
In the algorithm.
Yes, sir.
They are telling me that we are joined today by Al Robinson.
Ooh.
Alexandra Nagel. The great Billy Ray Valentine, who knows about good wrestling video games. Colin Wysong, the co-host of the Impact Attack and some other bullshit podcast that no one should ever listen to.
Oh, I got a quick question for
Sure.
Colin.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
It's June. It's a good month to be gay. Next, we have Canada Spaceman. As names are just dotting in and out. We have got this party is jumping, guys.
Yeah, man. This is.
I'll get to all of you. I won't just stop at what Google says.
No.
Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass is here.
Yeah.
Dan Heffron just showed up all of a sudden. And he'll be out again because we know he likes to stop in, say hi, then listen later, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got the great Jimmy T, who I was going to save this for later, but since he's here, I'll just put it over. I did an episode of the PWC Extra with Jimmy T.
Oh God.
Just last second, he just said, "Hey, yo, Vet, you want to do a show?" And I said,
Vet.
Sure.
Does he call you Vet or Vet?
Yeah, Vet. Yeah, no, the second one.
No T at the end, just Vet.
Yeah, and it, yeah.
Got it.
He did that, and I said yes, and we did it extra, and it was good. Everyone go listen to the PWC Extra starring me. And then we have Cujo62, who's going to be dropping one-liners the whole show. He's already probably dropped 12 of them before in the pre-chat. And Lab Rat is here. And we're going to test his patience today. That's what we're going to do.
It's not like they're testing anything on him. He's testing our patience, or we're testing his
No, we're testing his patience because we have to talk about NXT.
Oh.
And then we have, she used to be the only lady before Alexandra showed up, but Lizbeth is still #1 in our hearts so far.
Shit.
Alexandra's got some work to do to catch up, but I'm sure she'll try. And then we've got our own Rick Vickery here. The real RBV is here. Yes. So
what about
we have
Scott?
got such an all-star lineup. Well, he's not showing up in the thing, which is why we have to go back.
He's right there. Let me go back. Here, you got Scott
Woodford.
Woodford.
What I mean?
Let me see if I missed any. If you missed anybody, Scott Woodford is here, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round.
He was.
He was. Yeah.
That was in the pre-chat. Actually, that was so pre-chat. It was the first comment.
Frank's Pickle Barrel. Actually, Canada Spaceman was the first comment I got here on YouTube.
Okay.
Did we mention him?
Sorry. Yes, we did.
Canada Space. Dan Heffron. We mentioned him.
Or maybe
right?
we didn't, but we did now.
All right. Dan Heffron is here.
I'm seeing.
Cardinals Nation 7. He's here.
That's a Twitch thing. You got to read the Twitches. I don't have Twitch pulled up.
Sorry, have to catch the replay of the show. Work calls on tap. I can't listen. What the fuck? Fucking shit.
All right. Well, now that we know that, Ray, we'll just adjust our show accordingly and make it more convenient for the people that are listening later. We had a bunch of stuff planned. We'll cut all that out. We'll just do a good tape show like NXT did.
Alexandra's in the house. All the way from Germany. Wait, no, that's not. Wait. Yes.
Is that Alexa from Twitch?
Is that Alexa, or is this a new friend?
I don't know. The picture looks similar, but
right. I don't
want to say all German people look alike, or all white people.
Even. Don't say that.
What?
Well, Alexandra, welcome to the Next Level Wrestling Review.
Okay, yeah, she said it. She confirms it.
Ooh.
Alexa from Twitch.
Okay, thank God. I didn't want to put anybody new.
So yeah, but she's actually here in YouTube, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and Lawrence Weaver just popped in.
Oh, good. Oh, we got a nice group of people here, man.
Yep.
Except for Jimmy T. It's just like kind of ruins it.
No.
No,
we like Jimmy.
Oh, the mighty Bobo has just popped in. Hello.
Jeez, man, we're never gonna end this if we just keep.
Fantastic. This is like this is just be a segment. Wait, it is.
This is 16 right now, and I don't know why. No offense. Mm-hmm. Nothing really happened. This is not like a post pay-per-view. This is not a go home. This is just. Well, did they really want to hear what we were gonna say about what's behind you right here? That can't be it, right?
Maybe the word's gonna get. Maybe the word got around that our show is pretty good.
Took them long enough,
right?
And guys, keep spreading this word.
Yeah, you don't have to watch NXT. You just come here every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific. I don't know what the hell time it is in Germany or Australia, but hey, is it Germany? Germany? Am I saying that right?
In Germany, I think it's probably like 5 in the evening or so.
Cujo, I cannot wait to review the dyad as well. You spelled that wrong. You spelled it like the way a Puerto Rican guy says. Yeah.
Does it have the little accent thing?
It does not. Oh. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to jump into. It's 1:22 a.m. here in Australia, in Melbourne. Is what Jimmy T says. It's time. Not for the one. Not for the two. It's time for the 3 counts.
This is the 3 count with today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
All righty. Let us jump into this very first story. A good friend of the show, Jake Christ. Oh, God. Let's read this headline. Jake Christ burns indie promotions title belts over payment dispute. Let me just read this out here. It says, as it is, okay, it's already been an eventful week in pro wrestling between Jeff Hardy's DUI arrest, which we'll be getting into, and we'll be showing you full video of his arrest, and subsequent suspension of Andrade El Idolo and the Lucha Brothers. Wait, what happened there?
I have no idea. This is news to me.
Suspension of all right. Can you look that up on your phone real quick?
Is this a storyline suspension?
I don't know.
All right, well, go ahead. I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah, please. It says Andrade El Idolo and the Lucha Brothers being taken off AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door.
I know what that's about. Don't worry.
Okay, here it is. It says due to Lucha Libre policy.
It's real quick, because CMLL and AAA have heat.
Mm-hmm.
CML has a working agreement with New Japan, and Andrade and the Lucha Brothers are AAA talent, so they're not going to do anything with that New Japan show.
Got it. All right, so yesterday evening, and this story was written yesterday, Chris, who many of you remember from his stint in Impact Wrestling, posted a video of him dousing 2 championship belts he held from a promotion IWA Mid-South with gasoline before proceeding to light them on fire. And I quote here, "Ian Rotten, I've given you 3.5, almost 4 weeks now. It's probably been 4 weeks." Chris exclaimed, excuse me. "I've given you a fucking month to give me my money. Now that you've burnt this bridge, I think I have to do a little burning myself." So he destroyed this indie title belt. It just goes on and on. So, have you ever burnt a belt?
No.
No.
So what is this? An angle?
No.
Is Jake Christ the one that everybody hates or no?
I just showed you.
Which? No, I know, but I don't know
that's
which.
That's the one everybody hates. Yes, the blonde one. Yes,
he's the one. I thought one of them got canceled. Didn't one of them get canceled? He did.
I believe so.
Okay. Well.
Is that the same as like you idiots in Cleveland, like Rick Vickery burning his LeBron James jersey when he left Cleveland, and then they had to fucking like put all the ashes together, look in the garbage cans and put them back, tape them back together when he came back for that short time, and then burn it again with the tape on it.
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. If you're still watching, Rick, please answer. It's a great question. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously the hottest, freshest, literally hottest. He burnt the belts with fire.
Sure.
This is what everybody's talking about, and I think everyone should continue to talk about it on all their podcasts going forward, because I can see how this is like an endless wealth of, deep debate topics, like, do we care? And so, and Ian Rotten is still running promotions, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, those are questions that people would probably have.
Is that Axel Rotten's brother?
Oh yeah, shoot brother.
Okay. Hey, you remember Jake Atlas?
Yes.
Nobody does. I
do.
Well, this is a little backstage news on Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas' status with AEW has been questioned since the wrestler was arrested in charge with domestic battery and what is it with these wrestlers beating the shit out of women? I'm serious. Like, what's going on?
Oh, this is okay, Ray, because Jake Atlas is a homosexual. So it was probably a man-on-man deal.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he punched a guy, I guess. I don't know. They don't really disclose all those details, and I don't go looking for them.
I'm asking you a question, and this is a shoot question.
Right.
And I don't know the answer to this. I'm not being homophobic or nothing like that. I'm just asking a question. Okay? Yeah. What is a woman? No, I'm kidding. Gotta check that documentary out. If one of the members of a gay relationship, I should ask Colin this because he would know better than you.
Right.
But he's not here. He can't.
I'm only going to be able to speculate here.
Right. Because he and Billy. All right. So let's say, all right. So Colin's obviously the more feminine one out of him and Billy Ray Valentine's relationship, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. He's like the woman. So if Billy Ray beats the shit out of Colin, like, is he under? Like, does he get fucked over? Like, for hitting a woman? Is that how that works? Like, if one's more feminine, like, how's this? If they punch each other at the same time, like, who? Like, how's this work?
Well, diplomatically, it is, unless it's in a, say, like a combat sports situation for money or self-defense, it's usually wrong to strike a human. You can take everything else out of the equation. You probably shouldn't just be violent with people unless you're getting paid for sports.
Mm-hmm. So, you didn't answer my question.
That's the best answer I can give.
Who goes to jail, Billy Ray or both?
I think the puncher, the person that's committing the assault.
What if they're punching each other? Like if me and my wife got into a fight, she punched me first. I punched her back, which I will never. Only pieces of shit hit women, for real.
Yeah.
For real, dude. For
All
real.
right.
But anyway, if a piece of shit, like let's say I end up hitting her back and I knock her out or something, she's not going to jail, right?
That's up to her and whoever's around to press charges, and then it's a game of like your word against theirs, and with the witnesses, and there's so many things that go into a question like that.
Well, anyway, Jake Atlas basically he took time away from wrestling for mental health and all that shit, and nobody knows if he's ever going to wrestle again. Do you care? Like, do you really care about Jake Atlas?
No. And mostly because he's just another guy that's very, very, very average at everything at best.
Yeah,
really has nothing to offer. As the real RBV points out in his comment, that the Chris story is a big deal in his territory. Ian Rod's finally getting called out for being the major piece of shit that he is. And it's Dave Chris that everyone hates. So that's why I was asking.
I don't know, bro. They both kind of douchey looking, though.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, so this is the big story here. I don't know if you've seen this footage. I'm going to share this little screen with you here. This is so apparently Jeff Hardy had guns pointed at him. And my question to you is, and I'm not going to put no volume here. So you see the police officer just approaching the vehicle for those listening on audio. Excuse me, sir. Is that a championship belt in your passenger seat? Can you please show it to me? The other cop comes over. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Get your hands off that fucking ladder. Get your hands off that fucking ladder. So Jeff Hardy had a goddamn ladder in the back. The other cop now with the gun pointing in the back. Jeff Hardy, you see that? You see the car moving? He did a swanton in his car onto chairs.
Oof.
I don't know how the fuck he does that. So they pull him out of the car, right? Look at this guy. So now let's fast forward here. Let's see how big Jeff Hardy is compared to these cops. I didn't even see this. So Jeff Hardy gets, oh, God, he's a pretty big boy, huh? God, they push him up against the gimmick. They put him through into the announce table real quick for the people watching. It's incredible. So let's fast forward here. They tell Jeff Hardy to sit in the car, talking to him. Now, let me see if I can hear some of this volume. You ready?
For the highway patrol, we got several 911 calls on you. You know why we might have gotten some calls? You don't know? You tell me.
He said, was it Darby Allin? Did he call?
You're all over the road. What's going on with that? Here, actually, I can't even hear you. Go ahead and have a seat up here for me.
All right, let's see how this works, guys.
Oh, don't fall over.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, just have a seat. Stand over there, Trooper. All right, so why are we kind of all over the place, running on and off the road?
All right, so we get it, right? Now watch this. Is the best part right here. They take him off to the side to do the schnabitz where he's walking on the line. Look at this poor guy. Oh God. So my question to you, Vet, while we're watching this video, do AEW fans, the marks, the assholes, the douchebags who criticize the WWE, who tweeted angrily at Vince McMahon and angrily stated that why would the WWE release Jeff Hardy, even though Vince McMahon, instead of wanting to put him on TV, wanted to put him through rehab and get him help. Instead, Jeff Hardy wanted to be released. Yeah. See, now if that was a turnbuckle, he'd be fine. Do you not agree?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the comments that our chat is leaving.
What are they saying here as we're watching the video?
Well, Frank says, don't ever answer cops' questions. Lawrence Weaver says, intoxicated at 9 a.m. in the morning. Man, damn, Jeff Hardy. Jimmy T starts chanting, please don't die. Please don't die.
Oh, boy.
Cujo says, he don't need no rehab, though. Eye roll emoji. Jinder Mahal says, Jeff Hardy was celebrating the anniversary of Victory Road 2011.
That's great.
Yes.
See the cuffs being put on him.
Bobo says Hardy was getting in full gimmick for the Road Rager show tonight.
Here's the deal, man. Remember how before, like the last time this happened, I told you that I fear for this kid's life, this guy's life. Yeah, and it's true. I fear for him. A drug addict. Here's the thing. Hold on. I got to hit the cough button. Sorry. A drug addict. And again, I lived with one for most of my life. Okay. A drug addict needs positive support around this person. They need to be in an environment where they're not around any drugs. They need to be in an environment where they can be clean and sober for some time. And the truth is that a drug addict will tell you this. A drug addict will always be a drug addict. They will always have the temptations. They will always, when times are down, when times are rough, when they're physically hurt, they go to these drugs for medical relief. And I think there was some issue here with Matt Hardy and fucking his wife being called out and saying they're enablers. There's only so much family can fucking do, Vet. I think AEW and their fans, not AEW, their fans, quote unquote, need to fucking apologize to Vince McMahon and the WWE for giving this. Yes, absolutely. You don't think
how do they do that? Do they all get together and kind of co-write the apology and then just send it in? What the fuck are you talking about? You need to apologize to Billy Ray Valentine. That's what you need to do.
But he doesn't.
Or anybody apologize to anybody else. That needs to be you.
He doesn't need my apology. Look, Billy Ray Valentine. Oh, stop. Oh, stop what? I offered to give Billy Ray Valentine the link. He's like, what am I going to talk about? I guess he's never watched the Next Level Wrestling Review.
That's fine. Well, so do they owe Vince McMahon an apology? No. Is Vince McMahon completely not complicit in all of this? Would Jeff Hardy be a drug addict if Vince McMahon didn't let him fall off of high things for 20 years on his TV?
Well, that's the past. Leave that alone.
Well, I'm just saying, the past is what got us to today. Why do you think Jeff Hardy is an addict? Do you ever think about the fact that it's probably because he's in constant pain?
Yeah.
Do you ever think he's doing this to numb that pain?
Sure.
To numb the pain of being an untalented backyard wrestler who the only thing he could ever offer people is to fall off of high things? This whole thing is like a cycle that perpetuates itself. He only has one marketable use because he can't work and he can't cut a promo. So all he has to do is climb up something and fall off it. That's all he's got to do. That's all he has to offer. And that's what the fans want to see. They want to see him do that. So he does that and it hurts. So he needs to take painkillers and drink and whatever the hell else he does. And then that numbs the pain, but it's time to get back up on top of something and fall back off again because you need to do what you're put on earth to do. And then you do it and it hurts and you got to put the stuff back in your body to try to numb the pain. And this cycle goes on and on and on forever. And this all started because nobody told him, hey, Jeff, you know, maybe you don't have to fall off something tonight. Maybe you could try to get over on your natural charisma as if there is any, but I'm just saying whatever you have to tell him to not have him do a ladder match or whatever. You know, the WWE enabled him first. I broke down on a YouTube video I made. You can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/opinionever. Huh? No. I broke the whole situation down where I explained how all Jeff Hardy has ever done is get in trouble for things, and all he's ever been done to him is him being rewarded. I go through a timeline of times where he went to rehab and then came out of rehab and was just given championship runs. Like as a reward, like, hey, you fucked up, so here's the WWE title. You know? No, I'm not. See, Jinda, I'm not blaming Vince. I'm saying this is where it starts and then it carries over. I'm not saying this is Vince's fault. I'm just saying like nobody needs to apologize to the man that enabled part of this. That's all I'm saying. Like everybody's equally guilty, especially Jeff. He's responsible for his own actions ultimately. He can't blame anybody else for the things that he has done, but nobody else needs to apologize to each other over what happened to Jeff Hardy because they're all guilty. Everyone's guilty to certain degrees. The fans are guilty for giving him all these second chances. The companies are guilty for giving him second, third, fourth, fifth chances. Hey, Ray, you know what the sentencing is in North Carolina for 6 felony counts of possession?
Tell me.
10 days in jail. You think any judges in North Carolina are wrestling fans?
It could be.
Yeah. So, you know, as usual, everybody knows I have no sympathy for Jeff Hardy, but I don't have any sympathy for anybody around Jeff Hardy that lets him go on like this, even though, like you say, which is 100% true, no one can make... You really do have to just wrangle, like literally wrestle Jeff Hardy down and lock him in a room somewhere. Otherwise, this is just going to keep going on.
Do you hear that?
Uh-oh. What the hell? The Stranger Things thing.
What is it? Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the infinite fringe. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one, the only, former co-host at OneWrestling.com, current co-host on the PW Hustle, and he's going to put his shit over. He's got a whole bunch of shit going on. Ladies and gentlemen, here to add his 2 cents, which adds up to a penny. It's the one, the only, Billy Ray Valentine. Hello, Billy Ray Valentine. Welcome.
Woo.
How does 2 cents add up to a penny?
Why don't you fix the fucking gimmick on your terrible green screen?
I mean, it's not a green screen, actually. I just have green painted on the wall for some reason. Don't blame me, blame my wife.
Just click settings, okay?
Yeah,
and then go
what's
to
up,
virtual
Ben?
background.
How are you? I'm sorry to come on your show and not acknowledge you off the bat. How are you doing, sir? Thank you very much for recognizing the value of Tecmo World Wrestling and how great that game was. And thank you for letting me know that Ray had no idea what the hell I was talking about, which makes perfect sense now.
You remember, Billy, you remember Tag Team Wrestling, right? How terrible that game was?
I do remember.
That's the game that was in, that's the game that Ray was thinking of with the strong bads and stuff. And the whole time he thought that's the game you meant, but you were talking about that classic great. You remember getting people in the giant swing loop?
Right,
like you could beat the whole game like that. Even that impossible last boss that had everybody's moves. You could get him in the giant swing loop.
Boom. That's the guy that I used to use too.
And there was
from
two
the
guys,
USA.
because there was that Russian guy that also had the giant swing too, but he didn't have the cool mask, so I never used him.
Right. That's a next level game that I will always love. And if you haven't played Tecmo World Wrestling at this point, it's very dated. But go back and if you're a fan of pro wrestling and pro wrestling games, you have to play that game. It was way ahead of its time at the time. Of course, Ray would know nothing about that, right? Just like he knows absolutely nothing about New Japan professional wrestling or Japanese professional wrestling as a whole. And just like he didn't know anything about the indies at all. He had no idea what Ring of Honor was. He didn't know who Daniel Bryan was. And
I did know who he was.
No idea. When they came to the WWE, and NXT, he was like, oh, that guy. And then he went back and did some research, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, let's just lay it out there.
Billy Ray Valentine.
What's up?
Would you like to apologize, Ray? While you
have me
Stop
here.
it.
Right. You should apologize.
Okay. All right.
Are we done?
You're going to apologize.
For what?
We just laid out the whole case, and Vet's been reminding you all morning. What do you mean for what?
No, you were talking.
Is this early onset Alzheimer's? What's going on here?
You were talking over the gimmick. So I didn't hear you.
He's clearly not going to apologize. He's not enough, of a man to apologize. But it's cool. It's cool. Look at that. Look at that there.
Let's see what the hell you're talking about here.
Come on, you know exactly what this is, man.
Yeah, there it is. Boris Chekhov. He had the giant swing too with the little green trunks, but he's kind of boring. Dr. Gildo.
That's the dude right there.
Look at this. This is garbage.
This was in 1987, brother, or something like that.
Look at this. He's got him into a giant swing.
Boom! And then you could throw him out the ring and climb the turnbuckle and jump out. That was so dope.
Is this Dave Meltzer down here?
I think it is.
It
was blonde hair so as to avoid lawsuits.
Did he just throw him over the top rope? Hold on.
Yeah. You might do it again.
Oh,
Boom.
shit.
And then you climb it and fall on him, and you could have brawls outside, and you have a 20 count.
See, but this is New Japan Pro Wrestling right here. This is what they do. They throw each other over top ropes.
What's your problem with New
Chinese
Japan
stars.
if you never even watch?
I watched it.
Let's not even.
You did not. You did not watch Jay White and Okada. You did not watch it, and you certainly didn't see the post match promo, which was epic. It was so dope.
Look at this. That's all they do. Throw each other over the top rope. Fucking do suicide.
Well, that's just this one guy's video, But that's neither here nor there. Look, we could talk about Big Ray and his transgressions all day, but we're here to talk about Jeff Hardy's transgression. So I'd like to hear, Billy the Kid, what do you have to say on this situation?
Oh, he's been deleted.
What the hell?
Fine, I'll bring it back.
You son of a bitch.
I thought he faded away and became obsolete. But
no, but seriously, Billy Ray, what do you feel about it? Oh, fuck, it happened again. Oh,
internet connection is
sorry.
just...
It must be.
Oh man,
it's the government.
I bum off the Wi-Fi from the neighbors, so that's why it's so bad.
And the neighbor's 8-track Brown, so he bums off of other people's Wi-Fi.
So it's like 3 different bumming off of Wi-Fi's. That's why it's so bad. I'm sorry that. Regardless, no, I really feel bad for Jeff Hardy. He's been going through this for quite some time. Addiction is a bitch, right? And I don't want to pass judgment. Like it's screwed up, right? That he. It's screwed up that he's going through what he's going through. And people that aren't familiar with addiction would say, why doesn't he just get it together? Right. But it's very, very difficult to unchain yourself from something like this. Now, I think, Vet, you made some incredible points. I think, I don't think it's the fault of AEW and Tony Khan, even though they can, maybe have him jump off of less ladders every week. Like, I mean, they could stop that shit.
They can always do that.
Right. Like, I mean, you don't have to have a ladder match every single freaking week. Like, cut it the hell out. Like, I enjoy this shit, right? I enjoy New Japan and I enjoy the new style, like with the Young Bucks and a Ricochet. And I understand it's acrobatic and sometimes it's very sloppy, and I understand. But what I've learned throughout watching this week after week after week, because I didn't have that type of exposure before, it's, it gets old very quickly, so you have to sprinkle it in the right places. And when I see Jeff Hardy, of all people, jumping off a ladder to, week after week after week, it's just like, yo, dude, like, stop. You don't have to do that. And I understand what you say, that's what he does. He can't really cut a promo, but regardless, he's been, the people like him. They love him. to a certain degree. And a lot of it is because of what he does. But I think there's some charisma there, even without being able to pull off a promo. There's something about him. Regardless, nobody wants to see this shit over. Well, maybe some people do, but some, I just don't think it's the fault of all right, here we go. It is the fault of WWE. It is the fault of Vince McMahon, and it is the fault of AEW to a certain degree, because the style of wrestling that they promote year after year after year is fucked up, and it gets to this point, so there is some accountability there that they need to take for it. Of course,
I don't think anyone's innocent. I don't think anyone's innocent in this.
Of course, Vince McMahon could have offered a rehab, but let's be real. Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit about 90% of his roster.
You don't think so?
And so I think so. I think Vince McMahon is the biggest pimp in the industry, right? I mean, quite frankly.
Well, even with that being said, they offer rehab. But are you going to take them up on it? There's a standing rehab for anybody, whether they'll pay for your rehab even if you never work for them, I guess. Like, it's just, they do that
and that's commendable, right? To a certain degree.
Right. But it's the least they can do, because if you're asking people to hurt themselves on purpose as a job occupation, you could spend whatever rehab costs is pennies to the WWE. Obviously, they're making more money than they ever have. So certainly now, it should be no problem. But I mean, that's the thing too. That's another thing to think about. It's like when normal people have to go through these struggles with addiction and stuff, and they have to check themselves into rehab, and they have to do what's right for their friends, their family, their job, everything. That's one thing. But Jeff Hardy's a public figure. Like, he gets embarrassed publicly for the past 15 years doing the same shit over and over again. So you should look at that differently than if you're just a Joe Schmo somewhere that's just got a regular life or whatever, and you like, okay, I'll just keep drinking myself to death because nobody cares about me. Yeah, you're probably right. Nobody probably does care about you, but a lot of people care about Jeff Hardy, and he still, despite all of that, says, fuck all you, I'm just going to do what I want anyways, in essence. Like, I know he probably never consciously thinks that, but you know what I mean? Like, to keep making the same decisions over and over and over again, and then have people make excuses for him.
Right.
Like, talk about how tough addiction is. Like, yeah, it's tough for Jeff. It's tough for every fucking buddy. Yeah. Like, I don't have any sympathy for this motherfucker anymore. Yeah. It's been 20 years. Like, when are we just going to give up on Jeff Hardy? Like, he's had plenty of opportunities to do right by himself and everybody else, and people keep fucking making excuses for him, saying addiction is hard. Yeah, no shit. But what do you expect? Like, how many more times? Does somebody got to die, and then we throw Jeff Hardy away forever? Like, what does it take?
No, I think
and real quick, and I just want to interject.
Yeah.
And AEW talking about, what's the word? Giving rewarding somebody for fucking up. They have a new Jeff Hardy figure that just came out. And it comes with,
Yo, that shit is dope, bro. Do they have the Funko Pop version of that? I'll buy it, bro.
They do have but it comes with hypodermic needles.
That's even better. Bro. Stop the nonsense.
But I'm sorry, Billy. What were you saying?
You're so fucking dumb. Anyway, so I mean, here's the deal. He's never gonna get better. That's just it. He's never gonna get better. His addiction is too strong. So I don't know if I'll reach that point where you're at, Vet, that I'm like, you know what? I don't have any sympathy for him. I can't. I've never been in those shoes, man. My biggest addiction is sugar. And that's hard enough for me to deal with. So I've never.
And Colin, another addiction of yours.
That's your addiction, Colin.
No, your addiction.
I'll make sure I tell him that you're addicted to him.
Don't tell him that he gets jealous because he's your boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Would you just please stop?
Forget it, man. Anyway, listen. So I don't think he's gonna get better. And to me, right, when I see, I've been around people that have been addicted to things for a long time. I know Ray has also, and it's natural. It's a normal, not natural. It's a normal part of living in the hood here in New York City, especially growing up in the 80s and the 90s. And we can take a hard stance and say, fuck that. I don't care what you're doing anymore. And I completely understand you, vet. You're entitled to your opinion, but knowing what I know and seeing what I've seen, I can't do that. Now it gets to a point where you do get tired of it, but I understand, or at least I think I do, understand the mechanisms of addiction here. And a lot of this, while he can try, you have to make a conscious decision to separate yourself. But when you're, shooting up heroin, like Ray said, you're addicted for life, man. You're an addict for life. There is no, I am not an addict anymore. So he's never gonna get better. He's almost 50 years old and he's still doing this shit. You're not gonna change. Odds are, So should we expect, a notice one day? We wake up in the morning, Jeff Hardy found dead in his hotel room. Probably. Probably. It's probably gonna happen. How do we change that? I don't know. I don't think it's possible for him, for his particular situation.
I think that exact point, Billy Ray, that it's not possible and it's not going to change is exactly why I say I have no sympathy anymore. Because what can I do? It was never going to listen to me anyway. Nobody knows who I am. So what's the difference? But I mean, that's just what I'm saying. Like, we can't keep talking about this and saying the same things over and over again. It gets boring after a while. But if we thought there was hope for him to change, then it's a different conversation. But come on, it's too late for that.
It's too late. I agree.
I think I've expressed this a couple of times about my bro. You like that sound, right? Right?
No. That's what is that code for Colin?
No, it's code for what?
I'll tell you, Colin ain't down with that shit for one.
Gentlemen,
just giving you a heads up.
I'm gonna hit him. Vet.
Hurry up. Let's go. Come on.
Just apologize.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fucking apologize.
Thank you for bringing that.
All right, then continue your point.
No, but the tag team wrestling game was the worst, and Billy Ray put it on his fucking top 5 list. How can I apologize for that shit? Dumb tag team wrestling.
All right, you were about to make a point.
So basically, I had to have this conversation with my brother, and it's hard. I can only imagine what Matt Hardy's going through, and I'm being serious, luckily, period. So the last time I had to deal with this, and I say I had to deal with this because, my father dealt with most of this, my life. And then my father passed away. And my other brother's fucking a piece of shit, I guess, and he doesn't fucking want to deal with anything. I love my brother, and it's hard. It's hard, and you keep having the same conversation. But I see, it's like I see what Vet's saying, and I agree with what you're saying. Because I had the conversation with my brother last time. I come home, and he's fucking sleeping in the hallways in slippers and a t-shirt in the winter. And he's in Manhattan and he lives in Staten Island. What the fuck are you doing here? This is, and then I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to help you get it, But I told him, I said, look, man, and this is what may have to happen. And this is the sad part. Somebody's going to have that conversation with him saying, look, after this time, you are absolutely on your own. And it's going to be up to that person whether they want to stop doing this to themselves.
Right.
It's so hard. Drugs are hard, Vet. Drugs suck. But each individual person has that choice, or has, if they really desire to stop doing it. And there's some people that are genetically, they just love doing it. It's like smoking cigarettes. People ask me, how come you don't just quit smoking? Part of it is the addiction. The other part is, I enjoy it. Will it kill me on the long term? Maybe. So that is my biggest fear for Jeff Hardy. The fact that, like, I think Billy Ray, you just said it, that we're going to jump on to do a morning show or something like that. We're going to go to WrestleStink.com and find out that Jeff Hardy was found dead in his fucking, in his hotel room. And that's a sad fact. Unless something happens that he decides that he wants to make himself better. And again, I don't disagree. Like, it's funny. I agree 100% with my brother down here, and I agree with 100% with my other brother. You're both right. I'm tired of hearing about Jeff Hardy getting over. I'm tired of about this fucking, what is this other goofball over here and his brother, fucking the Usos. How many fucking times you get a fucking DUI driving drunk until you actually kill yourself or kill somebody? Like, do they think? Like, what if your wife is in the back? What if your brother's in this, and then you know you're both drinking, and then you get into a car crash and your fucking brother dies? Is it gonna take that? Is it gonna take you hitting a child in the middle of the fucking street? Is it gonna take maybe having your wife in the passenger seat and her getting killed? What is it gonna fucking take? What?
And when does the WWE and AEW take a hard stance against this if they're really serious?
Yo, Billy Ray, somebody actually said to me on social media, and I posted this last week. Remember this, vet? This was just fucking last week where we had this conversation where somebody says Tony Khan cares about his wrestlers and Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit. Are you no? They're promoters.
Yeah.
All they care about is fucking money. That's what they care about. That's what they are. They're here to make the company money.
Right.
So they don't give a shit about Jeff Hardy. And Matt, like I said, I hope people don't fucking get on Matt Hardy's case and his wife's case, because Matt Hardy isn't injecting him or isn't fucking making him drink or isn't shoving pills down his face. Maybe he did at one time, but it is what it is. That's the past, bro.
Let's take addiction out of it, and let's just focus on one small aspect of this that I think everyone can agree on. Your problems, whatever they may be, fine. Why are you driving yourself anywhere?
Right. With Uber
get a ride,
and
bro.
Lyft.
Get a fucking ride.
At this point in time, and both of them are multimillionaires at this point, I'm sure they can pull something like that off.
Dude, regular people get Ubers. Jeff Hardy can get a fucking Uber.
I ride Ubers every day of my life. They've changed my life. I've spent so much money on Ubers. It's incredible. And I'm nowhere near a millionaire, so I'm sure these people can pull that off. So that's an excellent point. And also, these people are allowed back on television soon after what they've done. They get like, I don't know, a month or 2 months, 3 months, and then they're back. Like, so it's just enabling this because they're like, oh, I'll be fine. We're the Usos, so they need me and we'll be back on television. The WWE, even though they won't do this, and AEW won't do it either, need to take a hard stance on it if they really want to change something and say, no, you're suspended for a year. Goodbye. Or we're cutting your contract. Go to AEW. They seem to let everybody go there anyway. So I'm like, go ahead. Go. This is the third time you've done this. It's time for you to go. But they won't do that. They just keep letting them come back and come back.
What's that going to do to him, though?
No, that just adds accountability, in my opinion. Like the WWE is like, we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior. Maybe it'll push them to do better. I doubt it, but maybe it will. It's more than just saying, because these people know that they're going to get back on television. They know they're going to get back in the ring after a certain amount of time, and it's going to be all good again. And then it's going to happen again. And then they're going to get suspended or whatever it is that happens. And then they come right back. They know this, how many times has it happens to each of these guys, so. Which
you can expect that from like a real company, but when you got like a carny company acting like they're a real business or whatever, then you get the favoritism that always goes along with the politics that go on in these places. That's why when Jeff Hardy goes to rehab and comes back, they give him the WWE Championship, and it's why Titus O'Neil can grab Vince by the elbow and get suspended for 3 months or whatever it was. So those are always going to be the double standards in a fake business like this. So.
Lance Storm chimed in real quick. I'm going to quote what he said regarding Jeff Hardy.
Lance Storm is in the chat?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
That's dope.
Let's be serious for a minute then.
Yeah, please. Jeff Hardy, is really hurting. He's really banged up and he's doing swantons on steel chairs. He continues to get booked in dangerous matches and a willingness to do a stunt and willingness to do a stunt match. We also have a decades-long history of injuries of guys being all beat up in pro wrestling that leads them to self-medication. That's something that needs to be addressed because there are a lot of people working really hurt. And this is in every company. There are stunt matches on every show with guys that are getting hurt. And then we have people with substance abuse issues. It is a scary combination. I mean, he's just stating the fact, but these wrestling companies don't give a shit about the individual. Tony Khan may come across as a dopey, goofy, this fucking guy right here. This fucking guy right here.
Right.
Oh, he's so funny. He's so funny. He doesn't give a shit about anybody. You know why he's getting so excited about CM Punk? This fucking guy right here. We won the Friday Night Wars. You know why he's getting so excited? because it's more money in his pocket.
Yeah, hand over fist.
That's all they care about, guys. That's all they fucking care about. So it is what it is, what it is. Do you want to put a bow on this conversation, Vet, before we jump into I think we got 2 more quick news topics.
I think we said it all, and it really doesn't matter what we say. It's really up to them. You know, everybody's got to help themselves at the end of the day.
Fair. Well, I'm going to break some news here that may shock you guys. I don't know if you know about this, but Tessa Blanchard was released by WoW. Right? According to ringsidenews.com and other news outlets, Tessa Blanchard was the first ever women's champion of Impact Wrestling after she defeated Sami Callihan back in 2020. Things took a sharp downward spiral from there. Controversy exploded surrounding Tessa Blanchard and her time there. She was actually released. She was eventually released by Impact Wrestling in 2020 after no showing an event. Blah 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 blah. And now she has been released by WoW, Women of Wrestling. Vet. Like, why do they keep cutting this girl? She's like the best ever, right?
That's what I heard.
I mean, Billy, did you hear the same thing?
She beat up Brian Cage and she beat Sami Callihan for a championship. She's awesome.
What do you think about this, Billy Ray Valentine? I mean, she's your favorite wrestler, right?
Yeah, I love her. I have posters of her behind my computer.
And Colin.
And I follow and I follow everything that she does. I you know, clearly I don't know this lady, but everybody around the IWC have read that she is incredibly difficult to work. You know, and she's doing herself a disservice because, you know, she'd probably be in the WWE, maybe being misbooked, but making a ton of fucking money, you know. But at this point, you know, people just keep bailing on her because I don't know. You tell me, Ray, is there anything beyond her attitude why people are dumping her? Because other than that, I don't know.
That's probably what it is. It's just her attitude. Maybe a certain arrogance. I mean, all I know is what I hear.
Right.
And she's just not easy to work with, apparently.
Yeah.
So now she's gotten tossed by WWE because she was with WWE. She went to Impact Wrestling. She had an opportunity with WWE. You remember back in the Mae Young Classic?
She did the Mae Young Classic, and you know it's bad because
she rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Oh, we'll take a flyer, you know, like.
Oh my God!
So that should have told you right there that.
Right.
But. You know, but doesn't that run in the family? I mean, Tully Blanchard notoriously was going to do things his way, and you know, that's just, you know, like father, like daughter, I guess. I mean, for all we know, because none of us know her, I guess, right? So for all we know, she's sticking up for herself, and everybody else is painting her out to be the bad guy. I mean, the worst thing I heard about her is that she's one of those white chicks that, you know, thinks she has an N-word pass around certain of her friends or whatever. But other than that, everything else has just been speculation from other parties. You know, I haven't really heard her say much. So whatever, I don't know what to say about it, but you know, a lot of times when there's smoke, there's fire, but in the wrestling business, when people just decide that, they're going to blackball you, that's what happens. So whether it's right or wrong,
right.
I don't think any of us have the answer. So, but it is an interesting question. Like, what's the deal?
We are now back in the land of the rising sun. Japan. Hi.
Oh.
Apparently.
Flagstaff, Arizona, but.
No, it's close enough. Japan.
Oh, God.
Makes online insults punishable by 1 year in prison in the wake of pro wrestler's death and reality star's death. Do you remember the young lady, the Japanese wrestler that she killed herself? What was her name? About 2 years ago.
Hana Kimura.
Right. So this is what's happening here. Under the amendment, the country's penal code, set to take effect later this summer, offenders will be convicted online for online insults and be jailed up to 1 year and fined $300,000. 300,000 yen, which is like $150 here in the United States. No, it's actually $3,200. And I think this is fantastic. Do you?
Sure. Can you imagine
Hey.
if you get a Japanese person to get on social media and threaten you with death, how much they must fucking hate you?
Tomio de gato.
Like, my God, but then again, you think about their society and how, like, you know, strict and polite and somewhat repressed they are. So when they have the chance to be on social media and be anonymous, maybe they just want to just let it all out, you know, any chance they get. And people take it really hard. But it's not like that's a thing that's specific to them. I mean, how many stories have you heard about girls that got a Facebook comment here in America and killed themselves because, you know, it hurt their feelings or whatever? So it's a big deal all over the world, I suppose. But them having this kind of a rule is, I mean, why not? Sure.
You know, I gotta say that anata ga dahashi.
That
means you're
something about chopsticks, or
I said anata ga tadahashi. Dahashi.
What does that mean?
It means you're right.
am.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Yes. Yes, and well hung. That's what the last part, the she is.
Oh, the she.
What do you think about that, Billy Ray Valentine? What do you think? Do you think maybe the United States should implement something like that here in the United States, where if you go at somebody hard enough,
no,
A-Track Brown would be put away for life.
He'd get the electric chair.
Oh.
No, we shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do it in Japan or anywhere else. Like,
why?
This is ridiculous.
I think Vet likes it though.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't see that's where it wouldn't matter to somebody like me, because I'm not that big of a loser that I have to get online and assault people. So I'm not going to be committing the crime. So if you make it a crime, it doesn't affect me. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if they do or don't do it. I would give the same advice to the people that are getting cyberbullied, like, hey, why are you giving any stock to these nobodies?
Right.
You know, so I say that, but I mean, it's their country, their laws, whatever they want to try, go ahead.
It's in my view, right? It's just a trickle down effect, right? So, you know, we are all connected. We are all brothers and sisters. And if it happens to them, eventually it's going to come over here. Like in China, you know, they have the social credit score, and they're thinking about bringing that over here, you know, and everybody's like, maybe that's a good idea. No. Stay the hell away from me. Stay the hell away from my family, and stay the hell away from my Instagram post or my TikTok post or my Twitter post. And I don't do any of them. I rarely do anything on Twitter, but that's not the point. The point is, it's just like a television program. If you don't like it, change the channel, right? So if somebody's coming, it's the easiest thing to do. If somebody's in front of you and you have to work with them, or you have to go to school with them, or anything, interact with them in any form, and they're coming at you, that's kind of harder to stop, right? But if someone, you don't even know who the hell this person is, probably is in California, and you are in Japan, there's no reason for you to interact with these people. And while you make good points, that my whole deal is, I'm not trying to limit the freedom of speech of anybody. You know, it's more about you being a master of your own domain and saying, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not associating with it. I'm going to block you. That way I don't see your comments, right? So there are things that can be done to protect yourself from this if you have an issue with it. I personally don't. People tell me stuff online all the time, and I don't give a shit. And I shouldn't, and neither should anyone else, right? Just keep going about your business. If somebody killed themselves, and God bless them, because of something you said on the internet,
that's on you.
Right. I think there's bigger problems there, deeper issues than something that was written on the internet. Because, I mean, really, you really have to be in some type of state to even consider committing suicide, and it's a very difficult thing, and it's a very serious thing. And there are outreach programs that anybody can, who feels that way, because I know a lot of people do. So if you feel that way, there are people you can contact. You know, Ray's pretty good at, you know, talk to Ray if he's pretty good at talking to people about this sort of shit. Don't.
People, I'm an asshole.
You are, for the most part, you know, but you know, you can talk to Jap. You clearly know Japanese.
Well, I have a question.
So if people from Japan want to contact you, I think you'd be the best. But Vet and I, we can't speak that shit.
Well, I do have a question for you, Billy Ray.
Well,
Valentine.
Choto.
So a little bit.
Right.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got Ichiban, Billy Ray Valentine. That's all I know.
Question, Billy Ray Valentine. Nasi anata wa doshi shana noka.
Translate, please.
Yeah,
here it is.
What did you type into Google and what did they say?
He can't read. Don't give him that much credit. Type it into Google. That's gonna do nothing for him.
Nasi anata wa.
No, he typed the English phrase and
I know, but he can't read. Is what I mean. So he can't read the Japanese translation.
Nasi anata wa doshi. Wait, can I play the music? Nasi anata wa doshi shana noka. I'll translate.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
You are gay.
Hey.
Well, but that's it. That's it. What's up? What's up, Vet? I hear you.
Well, let me ask you guys a question though, because this is a very basic statement, right? And we don't know the details of what went into this law or whatever that they're about to pass, because I'm sure it extends probably to something more serious than just being mean on the internet, because we know that certain people get like, the death threats and other type of messages like that, where like it seems like something that's actionable.
Right.
So let me ask you this, like, to your points. Let's say Billy Ray Valentine or Big Ray. Let's say somebody decides that they don't like you on your shows and they send you like a handwritten letter saying that they're going to kill you, and they're dumb enough to leave their return address so that you know who sent the letter to you. Now, are you saying that someone threatens you, you have no problem with just letting it slide, and you wouldn't just be like, well, since I know who this motherfucker is, maybe I could have him arrested for threatening me? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Right.
Maybe, yeah. Since you put it that way, I think that makes sense. If somebody sends me a letter with cut out letters that spell shit out, and they say, right, I'm gonna kill you, and I know who this person is, I might be like, hey, this guy just threatened to kill me. Here's this letter. It's really creepy. Do something about that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I agree with you there.
So then if someone just says that same thing on Twitter and you just forward their account to the authorities or whatever, you wouldn't have a problem with them getting arrested or whatever the punishment was, fines, whatever. You're not too worried about protecting their freedom of speech to say they want to kill you, right? Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, that's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
So here's the way I'm looking at it right now. And I'm just subject to change my mind because Vet is implanting things in my mind that I might have to contemplate. But if somebody's hitting me up on the internet and I don't know who the hell this person is, I'm just gonna fucking block them, no matter what they say.
Sure.
If so I'm just like, but I don't typically block people because I don't have. My mentality really just brushes that shit off. Like I'm like, pull up. You're gonna do something. I'm here in the Bronx. Pull up. It's not gonna go very well for you 9 times out of 10. But I'm not inviting that either. I just won't engage. I'll just shut it off. But for some people, it's different. That sort of thing affects them to the point where they want to kill themselves or something like that. So that's not my state. But if I knew someone, I don't know, in the tri-state area, and they're writing me this stuff and they have access to me, I'll be like, yeah, hey guys, look, check this out. This guy's trying to kill me, or at least he's threatening to kill me. And then to draw the parallels with social media, I think you make a valid point. It's very difficult to differentiate it, right? If somebody's writing you on social media saying that they want to kill you, or if somebody sends you a letter. I think it's just my conditioning at this point that if I get a letter that looks like fucking Ted Bundy wrote it or some shit, and I'm like, whoa.
Well, here's the thing real quick. If you get a letter, they know where you live or work.
Right.
If you get a tweet, if you get a tweet, they don't know. But one thing I know for sure, and I'll say this in Japanese, is was it Wuhan? Well, Wuhan.
Now it's starting to sound Cantonese.
No, right. Now he's speaking. He's in China right now.
It's Wuhan Hao.
Wuhan Hao.
You know what that means?
No.
I am well hung.
Wuhan Hao.
Yes.
Wuhan Hao Ichiban.
That's Japanese.
Yeah, I'm mixing the two.
Oh. Yeah. See, that's the like we were talking.
I think you make a good point. Like if they know what
Yeah, I
you
am
did.
well hung. Thank you. What?
Well, what the larger point that I just wanted to bring up to you guys,
Large, yes,
and then
exactly.
and then Ray,
What?
and then you tell me what you think
In Japanese.
in English, please.
British English? Can I do British English?
Sure.
Or
Or Australian English.
Oh, no, we'll do Australian.
Okay, yeah, you're better at that.
I'm all, yeah.
Is that there are like we can't look at just the generalization of like blanket statements and things like this. We have to realize that each individual case could be a special case, you know. So I don't really know what the details of this law in Japan are supposed to be, but they may have certain guidelines on like, yeah, you can call somebody a bitch or whatever, but don't threaten to kill them or don't, you know,
Right.
I don't know how it breaks down, but everything is, you know, on a case by case basis, right?
Well, you know what it is. You know, a lot of people they're a bunch of bogans. You know, they're bogan, and you know and I agree. You'll blow yo. Yeah.
Hey, good points, Vet. Good points.
Yeah. You know, I gotta tell you, these two, booze bus. They on the booze bus. You know. Yeah. What?
All right.
Lizbeth in the chat says, "What if they DM you with a picture of your house?
Grease and Waller.
Is it then more actionable? Maybe, right? But you
Well-
can get that. Can you get that on Google Maps or something?
That's easy. So I played a joke on somebody. They were talking very tough on social media. So then I found out what their real name was, and I just posted a picture of their house on Twitter, and they stopped. So it's public. That's it. Yeah, I don't think that's a. What do
And
you
Frank's pickle barrel ass knows where we all live. By the way.
Okay, where do we live? Where do we live, Frank?
I'm submitting that letter you sent me to the authorities ASAP. Now that I know that you know where I live.
Yeah, Jimmy
Gotta protect
T.
yourself. Japan's not going to get them for you, Billy.
Right.
Yeah, see, Jimmy T, he knows exactly what I'm talking about there. He's from the mean streets of Melbourne. Grease and Waller. All right, so that's the news. Billy Ray's going to stick around just to bullshit with us for a little bit, right?
I mean, if you guys are talking NXT, I have absolutely nothing to add to the conversation.
Fuck it, you don't have to add. You can
I
just
know
fucking make fun
that
of
the
shit.
Steiner kid was or may
Steiner.
still be the world champion. And let me tell you this.
Fuck is Steiner?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk
I'm
about
glad.
that.
Okay, I can definitely talk about that. That's what pisses me off more than anything else about this fucking company. But go ahead.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it is time to review NXT 2.0. It is NXT 2.0. NXT 2.0 took place Tuesday night, June 14th, 2022, with a main event of Toxic Attraction. They're in a trios match. Oh, yeah.
Do they have
Stop
belts
laughing.
already made?
They have belts already
Did Triple
made.
H make belts years ago and he's been waiting for the right time?
And then he burned them, just like, what's his name? Gimmick Schnabitz.
Damn it.
Oh, Billy Ray, did you hear about that?
I did.
That's
Well,
the-
I heard about it through you guys when I was listening.
Fucking Jay Chris. He's what a fucking dosser. Anyway, fucking Wallaby. All right, so we start the show off with a tag team match, player.
Can I take this one? Can I take this one, right?
Yes, you can.
It's the brothers versus the brothers.
Whoa, that is racist.
Is it?
Oh, is it? We got Idris Elba versus Malik Yoba. No, and Malik
Jesus
Yoba. What?
Not versus.
No, they're
Together, tagging.
Yeah, this is not black on black crime. So we have the white supremacists versus the BLM team, right? Is this how this
We have the Roman emperors, Brutus and Julius, versus Elba and Yoba.
You saw him throwing a kiss at Jimmy Uso or Jay, whatever the fuck.
Right in his
There he
cheek.
goes again.
That's a Samoan thing.
He's
That's
trying to
how
get
we
in the
each other, bro.
bloodline, man.
Right. He's acknowledging him.
He's
Trying
like
to get in
Sami
the
Zayn
bloodline,
over here.
brother. Anyway, so what did you think of this match, bro? Win.
Well, not much. It was just every It seems like, doesn't it seem, Ray, like every single NXT episode starts with a tag team match on fast forward?
It does. Billy Ray, have you had a chance to watch NXT at all?
I've seen some, but I really don't know anybody who's in it.
So you don't
I know
know
there's this Italian mob thing that's going on.
Yeah, he's right over here, over there.
Yeah, and I know that the Steiner guy, who I like a lot, was the world champ. And I think that's about all I know. Somebody has the
Steiner. There are no Jewish people champions.
Yes.
The German
or Brahm, whatever the hell they're calling him.
All right.
That's
we'll
all
talk
I know
about that.
Well, anyway, all I really got from this match was that Idris Enofe took a backdrop out the ring, and he like held on to the ropes and fucking smacked his spine on the apron, and that could not have been comfortable for his back, his kidneys, basically anything. Like, that's how you fuck yourself up real bad. So I hope he's all right. He seemed fine. But that's what I took off this match, is that fucking backdrop. Guys, if you're taking a bump out of the ring, try to, sail to the floor and then land in a safe place. Don't hold on to the ropes and let it, the fulcrum lever slam you down into the ring apron.
Billy Ray, when you jump the turnstiles in the mean streets of New York City in the subways, like, do you go backwards or do you go forwards and grab the floor as you go over?
Typically, you know what I do? I just go under instead of going on.
Oh, is that safer, Vet? Is it safer to go through
if
the
you're
ropes
flexible
or over the
enough,
top?
sure.
Is it safer to go over the top or through the ropes?
Is this a shoot question now?
Yeah, real question.
I think so.
I thought you were asking about the turnstile because,
He flipped it.
I flipped it, bro. I do that, yo.
It's about the same, I guess. Ultimately, what you're doing, it's sort of a trick. Like, the technique of doing it. But ultimately, what you're going to end up doing is just kind of jump, and then you sort of land on your feet and then collapse, so it looks like you hit the ground all at once. You don't really want to splat on the
Which we've seen some of that tonight
out there. Yes, well, I don't know if some of these guys were trained properly. Maybe they skipped that, that training at the Performance Center, but yeah, so it should be equally safe to go through either way. But yeah, that's it.
What I got out of this match was that Idris Elba and Malik Yoba are never going to the main roster. Those kids are just, they're incredibly, here's the thing, Billy Ray and Vet. You have to watch these guys because they're incredibly like, what's the word? Oh my God, I'm brain fart. They can do things that other people can't physically. What is it called? Not acrobatic, athletic. Jesus Christ. They're incredibly athletic. You have the one kid that's the the nephew of Chocolate Thunder, the basketball player?
Yes.
Right.
That's Malik Blade.
Yoba, right. So I love the one New York on the cover. He looks good. These kids I should hit the cough button, right? Oh well. These kids have a good in-ring talent, but there's something about them that's just like annoying. What is it, Vet?
You're talking about Malik now.
I'm talking about both of them.
Oh, both of them?
Both brothers.
I just think that they're being coached by people that can't relate to them. What do you think that Terry Taylor's going to tell a guy that looks like Idris Enofe? I don't know. I think they're trying to find their voice.
Ooh,
and it's real hard to find your voice in a company where everybody's telling you how to talk and how to move and stand like this and do this, and you have this many seconds to do it and all that. Like, how do you ever get any of your own personal spin on anything when you're so manufactured?
Well, listen, I'm actually going to play this vignette because this is something Billy Ray can watch with us, and he can, you can break it down. Billy Ray Valentine, I don't know if you know about this, but Apollo Crews is now back with NXT.
Yeah, I saw him down there.
He is back with NXT, and this is I got a contact. I don't know if you guys have any contacts with WWE, but as you guys know, I'm becoming more and more popular on TikTok through my morning coffee thoughts, and Apollo Crews steals my gimmick.
Wait a minute.
What?
Before you play it, because just want to real quick get a quick recap for completionist's sake.
Sure.
The Creed brothers showed some sportsmanship in this match and shook the hands of the tag team after they beat the shit out of them. So that was nice. Very nice of them. Then we got the Best Friends, which is not the AEW group, but this is Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. And then Indy is the wily veteran now.
She's 25.
Which exactly is what they say. They're like, you're like 25. So that was funny that they called it out. But other than that, yes, Indy Hartwell is the wily veteran. Her words, not mine.
Were the high fives over?
Yes, high five, super over. And then Tiffany comes out for her match. Mm-hmm. And as she's coming out, you probably saw this, Wendy Chu bounces across the back on a hippity hop, like in the entranceway. And then, okay, now we're at the Apollo vignette. So if you'd like to.
Billy Ray, you might want to get off of Pornhub for 1 second and check this out. Here we go.
I'm looking at Tiffany from NXT Strand. To see how hot she is or not.
She's very hot. Here we go.
Okay.
This is already gimmick infringement. I'm just letting you guys know that. Follow me on TikTok at Big Ray Hernandez.
Life is a seesaw of breakthroughs and setbacks.
Is it?
But time constantly moves forward.
He has nice penmanship.
Oh man.
He does write nice.
Achieved great success in WWE. Career-making moments.
I wouldn't call it great success.
So that's funny, Kyle. I was going to stop that. Vet, do you agree he's been greatly successful in the WWE?
Sadly, yes. For this generation of wrestlers, this is quite successessful. He should have been released a long time ago, I think, by their standards. But he is a very nice guy, and he must be well liked.
Look at the smile.
Exactly. I would also like to just point out that I love how we're able to see inside his mind. We know they have this technology because they showed us what Wendy Chu was dreaming before. Mm-hmm. So WWE has that hidden tech where, Billy Ray, they can show you the dreams in real time as they happen.
That's very, very observant of you, and we all have big problems because if the WWE has it, that means they'll probably end up using it on all of us and know our thoughts and our dreams, and they'll use them against us. So thank you, Vet.
Right. Well, I have a genuine question for Billy Ray Valentine, since you are, familiar with Infinite Fringe, and you know what's going on outside.
I'm familiar with it, yeah.
You have eaten with the aliens, and you have slept in alleys and with eaten pork. Anyways, is there a dream machine out there? Something that we can visualize our dreams that they're working on?
Not that I know of. I'm sure they have one. WWE has one. So, I'm sure they
very
have
selfish to hold on to that technology.
Right.
Well, let's continue. Let's continue to get into the mind of one Apollo Crews who has lost somehow Billy Ray Valentine. He's African accent.
Right. And I wasn't around for the Nigerian phase. I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, it was quite wonderful.
Stopped watching. I stopped watching for a long time. I just recently came back. And
he was walking.
I missed the entire Nigerian thing.
He was walking to the ring with a spear. And the spear had a big bubble on top. He would throw the spear and it would hit a zebra. Okay. And the zebra would get knocked out, but not killed.
Okay.
Very nice.
Those echoes deep inside my soul. The echoes of those three letters.
Oh, there's the spear. You see the spear? It's like a big Q-tip.
XT. And last week when my music hit, it's like time stood still. Time is uncontrollable, but I can control my future. I have the opportunity to go back and fill a blank spot in my career.
Already 10 minutes ago, it should be here by now. Stop waiting on other people and wait on me.
Now, I'm going to make it very clear. That's probably me at a restaurant.
This is taking way too long. You should be back there right now getting my food for me.
And that's A-Track Brown.
Already 10 minutes ago, it should be here by now. Stop waiting on other people and wait on me. This is taking way too long. You should be back there right now getting my food for me.
Again, we're in the mind of Apollo Crews here.
Get out of my face.
Oh, my Jesus. That's assault and battery.
So now we've seen this possible future.
Right.
Broadcast directly from the mind of Apollo, and now we're back to just shooting regular footage.
It was all a dream. He was just thinking this. Thinking is not a crime unless you are thinking out loud on Twitter.
Right.
Too long. You should be back there right now getting my food for me this moment. I ordered my food 10 minutes ago. This is ridiculous. Do you know how important I am? I should be...
Excuse me, is there a problem?
Get out of my face.
So right here, he was raped.
Also, as he was raped, the cameraman handed his camera and set it in the guy's lap
Right.
so that he could film the
He's
assault.
like, we don't want
This
to see
shit.
this, but we still want to film something. Just allow me to put this in your lap. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's like, what are you guys talking about? Oh my god! Yeah, this is some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay, guys, and Liz, if you're still in the chat, because I know you'll know.
Yeah.
But what movie is this that we just watched?
Billy Ray.
All right. Hold on. There could be two different, because I was thinking of Trading Places because it's my favorite, and there's a scene that kind of resembles this.
It ain't
like,
that.
Rudder Man.
But you may be talking about Pulp Fiction.
Nope.
No, in the very beginning when he's holding up, what is it? This is a robbery. That guy. You could do the accent, Ray. But I don't know. Those are my two.
This is a robbery.
That's it. That's all I got. What's up, Ray? What do you got?
I don't know. Star
Lab
Wars.
Rat got it.
Star Wars.
What was it?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. It was Star Wars. Absolutely.
Yes, you remember that scene where?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. He's like, "I'll be careful. You'll be dead." No, it's not
Darth
that
Vader
scene.
comes in. He's like, "Is there a problem here?"
Yeah, is there a problem? And Darth Vader is Nigerian in the movie, just in case you haven't seen it.
To rape some guy, which is incredible.
No, Lab Rat got it. It's The Equalizer with Denzel Washington.
I don't watch Denzel Washington.
Equalizer. Wasn't that an old white dude?
What, are you protesting Denzel Washington? Get the fuck out of here.
No. I love Denzel Washington. I haven't seen that movie. But Denzel Washington is the same character in every fucking movie, just about, with few exceptions here and there.
Few
he does the
exceptions.
same shit over and over again. Go ahead.
Yeah. Lizbeth couldn't get it fast enough because her internet was probably doing the spinny circle thing. So I totally believe you, Liz, because I know you would have got it. That's why I called you out. But yes, The Equalizer. Now, this isn't even the first time that we've seen this, because do you guys remember a released wrestler named Draco Anthony? How are we introduced to Draco Anthony? Some guy sitting in a coffee shop looking pensively out the window and giving us a promo.
That is The Equalizer.
Well, yeah, that is the TV show that the Denzel Washington movie was a reboot of. Yes.
Oh, okay, because you confused me. You said Denzel Washington. I'm like, The Equalizer.
Sorry. Yeah, but in this, if you've seen The Equalizer, what he does in the movie is he he'll play out the scenario in his head beforehand, like how he's going to attack the guys, what objects he's going to use to attack them and shit like that. Well, they didn't have all that. They weren't going to do all that. All they were going to do was set the camera in the guy's lap and have Apollo Crews hug it. So they didn't go that far with the whole choreography of it. But somebody in Orlando loves that fucking movie because this is the second black guy that they've used this gimmick on with the Equalizer. I want to know who it is. Who loves The Equalizer? It was a decent movie. I'm not taking anything away from it, but to use it on two different wrestlers within like a year and a half, like, do you think we're really not they really don't think people watch this show? And they're right.
Everybody be cool. This is a robbery. That's what it was.
Orocanojito. Orocanojito.
There you go.
Right?
Now I understand
You
what you're
agree?
saying. Right.
What did I say?
The first time I didn't understand. The second time when you put that, the accent is and
Oracano-
all that shit.
Orocanojito.
Oh, I get it now.
What did I say, Vet?
I'm sorry, I can't understand your dialect. It must be from one of the regional areas, like the farm.
Orocanojito. Hey, people are stupid.
Mm.
I thought you guys spoke more than
I
one
think Google Translate's not doing it for you. I think they're giving you the wrong info.
I have the NXT thing pulled up. I'm not using Google.
Deep L
Translate.
then.
Oh,
look,
sorry. And I have the Stranger Things. Oh my God, I have the Stranger Things ready for Billy. I know Japanese.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Hey.
Fallon Henley. So all right, so Billy Ray Valentine. So basically, this is what we're watching every single week on NXT.
I feel sorry for you.
I feel sorry for me.
It's the reason we stopped doing WLR.
I want you to do me a favor right now, Billy Ray Valentine. As me and Vet break this down, I want you to look up Fallon Henley, FALLON HENLEY, and tell me she is not hot as fuck.
Or you can just imagine in your mind a basic white woman.
She is not basic. Anyway, Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton in a Who's Hotter match, and Vet, Tiffany Stratton, like you said, every week she's evolving. Did she do anything a little better this week as she takes the loss to Fallon Henley due to outside interference because Wendy chewed through paper and apparently she got a paper eye cut in her eyeball or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Wendy hippity hops back out to the ring and then takes a cup of confetti and throws it in Tiffany's face. It wasn't orange soda because they didn't want to send anybody else out to clean up the ring with orange soda, so they just figured it's easier to sweep the confetti up real quick. Yeah, Tiffany I think she's fully committed to her character. That's what I like the most. If you can sort of get yourself in the mindset of whatever character they want you to portray, in this case, the daddy's little princess type thing. If you can get comfortable in that, then you can really focus on, kind of getting in the groove of your matches. You don't have to sit there and look like you're obviously trying to remember your next spot or whatever. Everything just comes naturally to you. I see that a little bit with her. She's still got a little bit of work left, still a little rough around the edges. It would help her to be in there with people a little more experienced than her that can give her advice, assuming that kind of stuff even still happens in the WWE. Who knows? But for somebody that's, pretty new to this with a gymnastics background, I like her progress. So you too, Ray? You agree?
No, I agree 100%, man. I think that, and I do think she's evolving every single week. She does things a little better. This match was quick between the two girls. I didn't see anything terrible. Did you see anything terrible? Any mistakes made? And it was pretty solid between the two girls.
It wasn't even long enough to really get too mistake filled, right?
This Wendy Chu shit got to stop. It's really got to stop. This is insulting to me as a grown ass man watching this. I listen. I get it. Pro wrestling is carny. It's silly, but this is stupid. Like fucking confetti.
Well, they think this is like Sweet Valley High with the girls in the locker room talking about being wily veterans at 25. And
how about a cup of thumbtacks? Right?
The hardcore pajama princess.
Right. But why not a cup of what is this? What is Billy Ray?
He's got a cup of confetti.
What the fuck is that? Billy Ray Valentine. He just walked away, came back with a fifth of Jack in his cup. What is that? Oh no, that's vodka, right? Straight. What are you drinking out of an old 1950s milk
Yeah, we got a couple. We got a couple of these things in the house. I think they're pretty dope.
Is that a fact? Is that what that is?
They keep the water colder for some reason. I don't know. It makes it colder.
Well,
I like them.
Is the glass thicker?
Yeah, it is.
Well, then that's why it keeps it colder.
Thanks for the fact. Appreciate it.
All right, back to wrestling. Oh, I'd like to point out since he brought it up, Frank's Pickleberry last night. She's no Sloane Jacobs. Right?
Damn right she's not.
I'm glad he brings that name up because I was watching NXT Level Up to see what matches they had before this, and Sloane Jacobs had a match against somebody, and I was watching Sloane Jacobs. I was like, how would I describe her to somebody that's never seen her? And I came up with this.
Okay.
Ray, you have a son, okay, and
Allegedly.
For anybody that has kids. Okay, so when they're at that age, that young age, and they draw like a picture, maybe at school or maybe just at home on their own time.
Oh, like the one I drew for Miss Drapstowski?
Yeah, or like that kind of. And they're like, but this is more about like when they bring it to you, and they're like, I drew a picture, Daddy, or whatever, or Mommy, or whatever the case, right? And then you're like, oh, sweetie, that's a great picture, and you look at it, and it's come on, it's like, but it's your kid, so you're like, I'm gonna put it on the fridge. Like, and you humor the kid, and it means something to you because you're the parent and that's your kid, and that the picture's trash, but whatever. You understand what I'm saying, right? You can relate to the story, right? Okay.
Sure, of course. I've had it happen many times, especially during sexual relationships.
Right. Sloane Jacobs is the living embodiment of that picture that you hang on the fridge. Like, oh, you tried your best,
Shit.
Is it that meme with Bart Simpson where he has the cake and he's like, you tried, and he just drops it in the garbage can?
Yeah.
Billy Ray Valentine knows nothing of this meme. What did you think of Fallon Henley, Billy Ray Valentine, from what you saw?
She's cute. I don't want to say she's smoking hot, but she's cute. I think she's not a typical white girl, but
Thank you.
Yeah, she's not like smoking hot either, but she's cute. She's cute. And she has sex appeal, which is dope. Right.
And she dresses like a farmer. Farmer girl. She's hot. Anyway, look, Vez are giving you a look like you're stupid, man. Anyway.
Hey,
Each his own.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
We continue. Back from commercial break, we get a video package of Lash Legend. Would you like to see the Lash Legend video package? No, I don't either.
No, let's not.
So basically, I was looking
well,
up.
That's not even yet. We forgot Grimes going through the kitchen.
Oh, that's right. So we're gonna
To the moon. Woo, yeah.
So Cameron Grimes is a bad guy now? Again? He goes to the
I don't
kitchen?
know.
I don't know. I guess we find out. What happens when he walks through the kitchen?
Well, he tells these nobodies that he's not looking for sympathy.
Oh, there's somebody.
I mean, he treated them like they were nobodies because they said, "Hey, man, sorry about," and he was like, "I'm not looking for sympathy." And then he runs into Junior, right? Who's just smack dab in the middle of the kitchen with his NXT belt.
Vet. Just explain who Junior is to Billy Ray Valentine.
Oh yeah, that's the Braun Steiner.
Yeah, we don't call him by that name.
His name is Junior. That's what they call him.
I just call him Rick Steiner Jr. I always have, so I just shortened it to Junior now.
Yeah, we won't call him the other name.
Yeah, I'm not putting that over.
That's not fair.
So he's not looking for sympathy from Junior either. But Duke Hudson,
you know that guy's right, Billy Ray?
No,
nobody does.
Okay. He's looking for a title shot, so he basically, wants to get the match made, and Braun says he's going to help him out, get that match made, and then Wes Lee goes on his way to the ring, and then we can't just have an entrance and then another entrance, then a match. We got to get an entrance, and then we got to get a Lash Legend video package.
Yeah. So she was trash in the WNBA. She averaged 1.2 points. I
She
looked
was
her
in
up.
the WNBA for real?
Yeah, she was. She played, I think, 2 seasons before, deciding that her career was probably going to be better going, not making $40,000 a year playing a terrible professional basketball,
But according to this, Ray, the pandemic hit and everything changed, and she was like, "I got to get out of here."
Yeah, I gotta make money. I gotta eat.
Yeah.
She was literally, those women don't make any money. Terrible. Billy Ray, when's the last time you watched a WNBA game?
Never.
Right. Okay. I don't blame you.
And I used to get tickets to go on a regular basis, and I never did.
Me too. Right. I had courtside seats, and I only went once because I was with a chick. That was it.
Right.
So I think the chick was into the basketball players more than me.
Cujo says 1.2 points per game is best for 9th all time, Ray.
Oh. Yeah, it's like, who's the WNBA's leading scorer, averaging an amazing 12 points a game.
Yeah.
Fucking sucking league.
So what I found interesting about this whole video really is, so they recap her entire athletic career, and I don't want to, scoff at it or anything, but what was interesting was that they showed her shoot name on there, like twice, like her name, and they show it. Her name is Unreal Howard, and they showed her jersey that says Howard on it. So it's kind of like, why do we even bother with the fake names anymore? Can we just, do you really have to own everything? You're not going to make any money off of Lash Legend. Just let her be called what she wants to be called.
Billy Ray, do you know who Lash Legend is?
No.
You've never seen her before?
No.
Well, apparently people think that that I'm crazy because I find her to be incredibly attractive.
Lash Legend is her name, right?
Yeah, this is her right
Let
here.
me look that up right now.
No, it says her right here. Look, Billy Ray. This is her.
Oh.
What do you think?
I mean,
Nothing?
no? I don't know, man.
Not even a little bit?
I mean,
Who's that next to her? Oh, is that
That's that girl that
Amari Miller, right?
She's gonna be released in like 2 days.
Oh, come on.
It's pancakes if you want to make them.
You really wouldn't? You wouldn't, Billy Ray?
No, I gotta get a better look than that picture. I gotta see her.
Well, what else do you want, bro?
It don't get much better than that picture, Billy Ray. So if you're not into it, then
she's.
I would like to state for the record that I think Lash Legend or Unreal Howard or whatever her name is a nice, pretty lady.
She's gorgeous, bro. I don't know, man. Maybe and this is her playing basketball terribly. Let's see. Where is she? Oh, that's her.
Okay.
See her right there playing basketball terribly.
Look how terrible she is, bent over slightly.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's funny? She's bent over, and the other team's already scoring.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway.
The basket's this way, Howard.
Yeah, dummy.
All right. So.
Oh God. So anywho, yes, we get all that shit, and then we get Wesley. Do you know about Wesley? You know who that is, Billy Ray Valentine?
No.
Jesus Christ.
I told you I had nothing to add here.
One guy I know you know. Zoyan Quinn.
I don't know that either.
Well, they wrestle, and Wesley goes over clean.
Yes, easy too.
Easy, yeah. It was a quick, easy match. We had a couple of those tonight. What'd you think?
He beat him with the. I believe it's. I didn't check with Excalibur, but I believe it's called the top rope spinning, barely touch him with the back of your afro dive.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, no one's ever kicked out of it.
No, I mean that it's quite an afro.
Yeah. So,
just saying. Do we get a vignette next?
Well, they show the dyad getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
And
who has helicopters over their homes?
It's me.
They're coming to get you. What don't we know about?
No,
you?
I sent them on a mission. They just took off. Don't worry. about it.
Okay, all right, cool.
Don't you know that he does? He's a vet. He's like a legit vet.
Okay.
I'm Black Ops.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Veteran of the military.
All right. Okay.
Dumbass.
Yeah, sorry.
No, we got the dyad getting ready, and then we got a Nathan Fraser profile where he talks about how he could have been a soccer player, but he didn't. But he liked wrestling too much and wanted to have belts, so he gave up on his dreams of being in the Premier League and said, "Let me do some 450 splashes," and that's what you were thinking of. Yeah.
So this kid is legit. Like, I like him a lot. I don't know if you should get if you get a chance, Billy Ray, watch one or two of his matches. What's his name again? Nathan Fraser. And I think he's very, very good. He's a little small, but he's got a ton of charisma, I think. And apparently this kid was supposed to be good enough to play in the major soccer league in Europe, but he decided to go to NXT and make $40,000 a year and live in Florida. That makes sense to you?
No, it doesn't. But good luck to him.
So we get two guys that are so we get the Joe Gacy promo, we get the Nathan Fraser, then we get Dante, then we get two people that will be released in no time. Weren't they making a big deal about Dante Chen only like 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it was longer ago than that.
Well, I call him Dante Chin, Billy Ray Valentine, because he has none.
Okay.
What happens in this match?
These two guys wrestle with two full like velvet drapes on as ring gear, covering their head, and I was just like, how are the hoods going to stay on? Now, if you saw it, they had like some sort of a mask underneath the hood, so if worst came to worst, then
there's the guy, Billy Ray. Dante no chin. See where the chin's missing?
He looks like Shinsuke Nakamura, just younger.
He is
at least in that picture.
The first Singapore-born WWE superstar.
Ah, he's from Singapore.
Look at the face on this guy.
Yeah,
that'll get over.
All right. So the dyad.
Oh, yeah. These guys wrestled with a hood, Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah, full velour curtain.
Actually,
hood.
What they wrestled with, you played a druid, didn't you, Vet?
Yeah.
Could you wrestle in that thing? If you had to? Did you take a bump?
If I had to. No, I didn't take a bump. It was just that same kind of cheap thing that you get at Party City or whatever. It wasn't like a big, thick, heavy velvet curtain like these guys are wearing.
No.
It was like a sheer black, thin, looked like
costume.
Ghostface, robe.
Ghostface Killer?
No, just Ghostface.
Is he in your top 5 rappers of all time?
He's in my top 5 Wu-Tang rappers.
Goddamn right. We're doing top 5 rappers tonight, me and Colin. I wish Billy Ray would come on that show with us. You would have something
If I have time,
to add.
I will. I'll stop by if I have time. I should be. Let's see. I have a huge assignment to do.
Well,
I shouldn't be digging around with you guys right now. But
are you meeting with the head of the Greys?
No.
Yeah, you know what the head of the Greys are, right?
No.
Vet?
No. Okay.
No.
It's a very, very prominent species of alien.
Well, I wouldn't tell you if I did either.
Right.
Because I'm Black Ops.
Right.
Oh, shit. That's right. Oh, God.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
they did the match, and then I was impressed with how they kept their hoods on the whole time, and then Gacy cut a terrible promo after, like he always does.
Their hoods were sewn at the top onto the mask. I'm serious. That's why, like a late period. I'm serious. That's why the hoods didn't fly off or anything like that. That's the only sense it makes. No.
But you did see though that like they had the undermask.
Yeah.
So they had insurance in case the stitching came loose or whatever.
You think they'll show who these guys are? Or no.
Dude, it's probably the Grizzly Young veterans.
I didn't think about them.
Where have they been? Don't they always wear burgundy? Come on.
Weren't they stealing things the other day?
Yes. Now they're stealing gimmicks from The Undertaker.
We have Sanga backstage. He's hanging out with two chicks. You know who Sanga is, Billy Ray Valentine?
No, I don't.
Stop asking him. He doesn't know anybody. He said that at the top.
I'm trying to keep him entertained.
I'm good. No, I have to leave soon, but I'm listening. I'm fine.
God
I'd be
We've got
listening
10 minutes before the
on.
show goes into exceeding territory.
Oh, yes, it is. All right, so we get Sanga. He's hanging out backstage.
Right.
Zoe and Queen walks past him. Zoe and Queen is not very happy. And then Sanga stands up. And
he forgets how big Sanga is, and then he immediately remembers.
They forget this, walks off, and then Sanga's like, "Oh," he goes, "I am going to beat this motherfucker up." He's Indian, Billy Ray Valentine.
Oh, okay.
He's Umaga, not Umaga. The fuck's the guy in WWE?
Veer.
He's Veer's old tag team partner.
You know when I started watching WWE again, and I saw Veer. I thought he might have been Jinder Mahal repackaged, and then
That's
I found out that he
racist,
wasn't.
dude.
I really thought that. That's legitimate what I thought. I started asking my son. I was like, "Who is that, Jinder Mahal?" And he's like, "No, I don't think it's Jinder Mahal." And I'm like, "Okay, it could be."
I think there's a ton of money on this guy. I'm going to show you what he looks
On
like.
Veer or the other dude?
I think Veer. There's more money on Veer than there is on I mean, not Veer. This guy right here.
Yeah, I saw this guy. I know who this guy is. I mean, I don't know him, but I saw him. He's huge.
He's huge, bro. He's
Yeah.
big. He's scary. Hey, what happened to this fucking fat fuck?
I saw that guy in Lucha Vavoom. What's that guy's name? I forget.
Which one? The black dude?
Yeah, him.
This is I don't remember his name.
Oh, that might not be him.
His name is Odyssey Jones, and he messed up his knee.
Oh, that's right.
That's not who I saw in Lucha Vavoom.
No, that's racist.
Lucha Vavoom is dope, by the way, guys. If you ever get to see it somewhere, go check out Lucha Vavoom.
What is that?
It's a wrestling promotion out of California.
Is your wife throwing things at you?
My wife?
Yeah.
No, she's not here. My son is making pancakes. Huh?
Is he? Are they good? Are they burnt already?
No, he's good. He's gonna be a chef. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Sanga calls out. Quinn says, "You know that." All right, so we're promised Tony D'Angelo promoting Stacks and Two Dimes after the break. So I'm a little confused here. Didn't Tony Two Holes fucking get fired?
Apparently.
Back from commercial break, we get a vignette of Nikita Lyons. She's coming back from her MCL tear. Anything there on that one, Vet?
She's training like an animal. Guess
She
which
is.
one?
A lion.
Oh!
When we say Nikita Lyons, Billy Ray, we have to do this.
Yeah,
Oh, don't do that. Don't do.
That's
you
too
do it
good.
right.
That was too
Yeah,
good
that's-
what you did, Billy. Don't do that.
That makes us look bad. Don't
outshine the talent here.
Okay, sorry.
All right, so we get Tony. He comes. He pulls in with Tony Two Holes and fucking Nikki Dix. And let me see what it said. All right, so what happened here?
Nothing. They just did a thing where the family came out and Tony D'Angelo tried to give these guys some watches right in front of Legato's, and then they were just sitting there like, psh, really, the whole time. And then they were like looking at their watches like our watch is already better, so I don't know what this is about. And then Mello comes out and says some things, and Trick says some things, and they all say some things, and I guess there's going to be a match later.
Well, we get Rick Steiner Jr. backstage with Duke Hudson. That sends us to break. Anything
They
special
take
there?
a walk. They're walking.
They're walking. And we get a match between, back from commercial break. Mandy Rose cuts a promo ahead of her match tonight, promising Roxanne Perez she'll be begging for her contract back after tonight's match. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
Rick Steiner Jr. versus Duke Hudson, who will probably be released. This dude gets squashed. So this is 3 weeks of build-up for this. Why, Vet?
We needed to prove that Duke Hudson even being competitive with Junior was a fluke in the first place, and that Junior is dead serious, so he gets a strong win. I actually like that booking. And then,
You do?
Yeah, I do. And then Grimes comes out.
Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, and he says something like, this is the funny part. He says, if you didn't have that last name, you wouldn't have that championship. And it's like, what last name? Breaker? Yeah. You know, the nepotism of the great Breaker family.
Yeah.
You know, it's up there with the McMahons and the Rhodes and the.
I think Billy. What the fuck just
he
happened?
vanished into a wormhole.
Is he gone?
Is it pancake time?
He didn't even say goodbye.
Oh,
that was weird.
Goodbye. If you can hear me in the other dimension.
Yeah, maybe he's in the the upside down world.
Yeah.
I haven't watched. Have you watched the rest of Stranger Things? Yeah, I haven't even watched it yet.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's pretty hot this season. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start watching it after I'm done with this shit. What do we got here? So Braun Breaker hits the military press power slam and retained his NXT championship. Post match, we get Cameron Grimes. He said that he calls Braun out and says that he wanted to finish there. What the fuck?
It's my instinct. You know, I'm bumming it off for 3 different people.
All right, we're just talking about the upside down world over at we thought
NXT?
that's where you went. Stranger Things.
No.
Anyway, what happened next there, Vet?
Okay, so Roddy Strong is not a fan of Ivy Nile talking to Paxum Tately. But then the Creeds come in and they say that they got him and Damon Kemp a match next week because they're visual learners. So,
right, Billy Ray, do you know who Damon Kemp is?
No,
nobody does. Okay. All right, let's continue.
That's the same joke that Ray has told 10 times in a row now.
Yep.
It might be worth noting that he is actually the brother of the guy Gable Steveson, that they signed. But they're not going with the Steveson name. They decided to completely change his name and call him Damon Kemp. I'm surprised he didn't end up in a diner writing in a notebook and fantasizing about assault. But
well, here's the thing. This brother of Billy Ray Valentine is very small and pudgy.
Okay. I saw the Usos' cousin or something, or brother, or whomever he is.
We'll talk about him. We'll talk about him very Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, let's hope he can drive sober. Giovanni Vinci is next, and then we get an interview with the Stone brand. Anything to add about the Stone brand?
No, just like the chick is making the calls.
Yeah,
you know. So I really wanted to talk about this match with the Giovanni Vinci.
Okay. Can I run through a few things too?
Absolutely, please. Yes.
Do you want to make your point first?
No, you can do that, and I can make my point. I won't forget.
Okay. Well, when Giovanni Vinci comes out, he looks a lot like Fabian Eichner.
Well, this is what
I got to be honest. But Ray, this can't be Fabian Eichner because Fabian Eichner doesn't have a beard.
Right.
So,
All right. Let me say what I was going to say then.
Okay.
And again, I always say this is for stooges out there. If you're going to repackage somebody, repackage him. Make him look different coming to the ring. I was expecting Giovanni Vinci to come down the aisle wearing, a nice button-down shirt, maybe open with a nice blazer, some slacks, sunglasses, because that's what they do. They take the sunglasses off, right, Vet? I could see him coming to the ring with the watch that he's been showing the last 8 weeks on promos, slowly taking off. The referee's rushing him. He's like, relax, slow down. But no, we get Fabian Eichner walking to the ring and taking selfies. That's what this is. That is their fucking repackaging of this guy. It's the same fucking guy with a stupid fucking beard, the same stupid underwear. And I think the underwear still said Fabian Eichner in the back.
For the record, he didn't take selfies. Someone was photographing him and doing real-time graphics. Like he'd be walking to the ring, and then it would be like a freeze frame snapshot, and then it'd say Vinci on the bottom in graphics,
blurry, like a little blurry,
the lower
and shit.
third. Yeah, it's like, again, this is real, folks. This is real. But let's talk about other things, because like you said, how first of all, how good would it be? I just thought of this as you were laying that out. How good would it be if he came out fully dressed in the suit with everything, the gimmicks, like you said, right? Mm-hmm. And he slowly takes the watch off, and then the guy, the other guy, which was Guru Raj. Yes,
you know him, right?
The
Billy?
great. Yes, he definitely. That's his favorite.
You know who.
Anyway, so he takes off the watch, slowly takes off the jacket. Raj is getting hot. He's like, "Come on!" The referee's like, "Now, come on, let him get undressed slowly." And then, he starts takes the tie off. Unbuttons the shirt slowly. Raj is getting super hot. Like, "Come on, man, what are you doing? You should have done this in the locker room." And he's like, unbuckles the belt, takes everything off slowly, just taking his time with it. As soon as the bell rings, Raj runs over, gets clocked with one thing, 1, 2, 3. That's what it should have been. It should never have, like, the whole heat that he's getting is the presentation and the fact that he's making us all wait. Instead, you just had a regular short squash match. No one got over. On top of that, the music he came out to was so fucking generic. I couldn't even possibly. This would be like StreamYard has better default music than this guy had.
Oh, I don't know about that, bro. Have you heard the StreamYard music?
Have you heard Vinci's theme song?
How about this? This is StreamYard music. Oh,
and that's dope.
How about this one?
I'd come out to this if I was a professional wrestler.
This would be your wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, actually, does this not fit a gimmick of some like Italian man about town? Because can't you see him listening to this in his Ferrari as he's driving down the?
Oh, hold on, Billy Ray was doing the fucking what's his name? Das Wonder
Alex Wright.
Alex Wright.
Alex. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So they didn't give him this song. They didn't lay out the match that I laid out. All they did was on a debut, or not even a debut. Ray, if you could please.
Oh.
Not even a debut, a re-debut squash match. They had this guy lay in a side headlock. I'm like, is this how you get people over? Is this really how you get people over?
So dumb. So bad.
So.
I almost was going to suggest this off air, but I'll do it on air. What if we just stop reviewing NXT? And
Would
just
anyone notice?
No. And we review New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Love it.
And we'll call it, instead of next level, next level. Next lever.
That was all. It was all to get to that, Billy Ray.
Yes,
that
was the goal of all of this.
So,
no, you wouldn't want to do that. Do they have a weekly show that I could watch?
Sadly, they don't. That's the one thing. They don't have what we would consider episodic TV. They just have months-old matches. It's like watching Superstars back in Sunday mornings, when we were kids. It's like, this stuff is out of date.
You want to do Triple A?
Not really. Oh. But I want to talk about Solo Sikoa's interview.
That's your guy, Billy Ray.
Yeah.
That's this guy's brother.
Yeah. And he's interrupted in this interview by this is your chance, Ray.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
Waller.
Now, just for the future reference, if I pause to let you say a name, that's probably who it's going to be, so you don't have to look at the recap to find out who came in.
It's tough.
It's always Grayson Waller. It's always Grayson Waller, the street champion of Australia, as he called himself.
His street champion. He punches dead kangaroos in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you know how Solo Sikoa became the street champion, Billy Ray Valentine?
How?
You know who he beat?
Who?
Oh yeah, he beat up every street lamp on the island. You know what? You know when the lights come on when it gets dark?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't go home. He took them all down in the streets.
Good
and
for
he's
him.
The champion.
That should be a vignette for this guy. You can have him beating up dead kangaroos.
Oh.
In the street. That'd be very compelling. That he's just fucking punching kangaroos like just relentlessly, and then you show him at night knocking down street poles for no reason.
Do they have street poles, street lamps in Australia?
Street lamps. Street poles.
They have electricity right over there?
I think so. Most of it.
But that would be funny if you had this idiot fighting a fucking kangaroo with boxing gloves. What's that?
Might have been a gunshot outside. I'm not sure.
It could have been. Well, that's a nice neighborhood that you live in. I could tell that it's a nice palatial mansion.
It's nice and chill.
Yes. What part of the Bronx is that?
Of the occasional gunshot.
What part of the Bronx is the house?
Don't worry about it, man. What are you trying to send me a letter?
No.
Cut and pasted.
Better.
All right. So Trick and Mello enter. And again, we cannot have just a straight up entrance, then match. We got to have some stuff in between, right? So we go backstage, and Malik has already got his sweater vest on, and they're ready to head to the club. Idris has no shirt. I'm sure he's still shirtless, so I'm sure they're gonna get let in like that. Depends on the club policies in Florida.
Depends on what kind of club, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't, but I'll pretend I do.
Right,
and then Cameron Grimes comes in, and he gives him a pep talk, saying, "Look at you guys, man! You got all the talent in the world,
right?
But you're going to the club." This is actually, Ray. Would you agree this is actually a decent promo from Cameron Grimes for a change?
Not only decent, but what he said was fucking right.
Right. You could feel like one of the older agents like speaking through Cameron Grimes with this, right?
Like and who knows? Maybe that's why Tony Two Holes got thrown out. Maybe he went to the club early. Maybe he left. And again, that was very vague. The whole situation with Tony Two Holes. We don't know why. What do they say it was, Vet? A
policy violation.
Clerical error.
Yeah.
A policy violation. That could be anywhere from beating somebody, beating a woman, to using drugs, to showing up to the show late, to, I don't know, maybe not shaking the right person's hands.
Yeah.
They're not saying what it is. And they're saying he can be back in a year?
Yeah.
So maybe drugs? Colin, Jesus
It could have been. Right? It could have been, but they would usually say that he violated the wellness policy because they usually have in the past. I don't know what happened to him. Frankly, I don't care, because when I saw that headline, and I did that episode of was it on the PWC, and Jimmy asked me about it, I was like, let me tell you how much these guys are important. They've been on TV for however many months. I still don't know which one is which. So when you told me this guy got released, I don't know which one it is.
You thought it was the other guy.
I didn't know which. So whatever.
Well,
and they're both still here because they obviously taped this show. So,
right.
So NXT live every Tuesday night.
Can I tell you quickly how they're gonna write him off the show?
Oh, please.
I think it's gonna be one of two things, guys. Okay, you're gonna say, he didn't. It's his fault that we lost this match. He was supposed to do this and that. Now he's out of the family. Or it's gonna be, he was stealing money or whatever the fuck, or stealing fishes and selling them on the side. So we whacked him, and they show like a guy being thrown in the trunk from behind, and it's him. And it drives off, and he's off. They'll bring another Italian kid in, maybe. I don't know.
Or
what?
They put the suit and hat on Malik and let him do that impression he was doing when they were making fun of those guys, and he'll just slide right in and take the place. That would actually be good. Now what they will really do, they will just do the show next week. He will not be on it. They will not mention it whatsoever, and everyone will just be forced to move on with their lives. That's what's actually going to happen. They will not mention it.
I think they will.
He'll just not be there. It'll just be, Stacks.
I guess you have to tune in next week, guys.
Right. And now we get the family, which is what we'll call them because they're still together now. The guy has not been released as of this taping.
Right.
And versus the A-Team.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously miscommunication costs the family to lose the match because, Legado del Fantasma is not going to play along. They're going to cross-body the wrong guy. Oops. Don't, sorry, not sorry. And, the tension continues. Brilliant booking with this.
Billy Ray is a huge fan of Legado del Fantasma, right, Billy Ray?
If he's who I think he is, yes. Who is he?
Yeah, he was Dos Caras, wasn't he?
No.
No?
No. It was Hijo del Fantasma, a.k.a. King Cuerno.
Yeah, you like that guy?
Old school. If you're up
you like him?
Triple A.
You like him, Billy Ray?
Fantastic. The guy's freaking amazing. I don't know what they're doing with him in NXT, but he's an incredible performer. Probably a waste that they have him down there right now. They should. I mean, what the hell are they going to do with him anyway? Like, I'm not very optimistic about his chances on the main roster because they don't know what to do with anybody.
Main roster.
But the guy's amazing. He should leave, go back to AAA full time. Maybe go to AEW. They might feature him a little bit better.
Yeah, go like over and do hundreds of other guys.
Best of the Super Juniors in New Japan. That would be dope for him. Whatever. I hope he makes a lot of money.
What do you think, Dev? Do you agree with this veteran that he's being wasted on NXT?
In a way. He's gotten to do a lot of stuff there. So, like, the TV time he's gotten there has been more than anybody could ask for, but I don't know if that's creatively fulfilling enough for him. Maybe he's fine with being a sports entertainment clown.
Hasn't been NXT champion yet, though.
No, but
I think that will probably be the next step for him.
Right. And I mean, he was the cruiserweight champion when that was a thing. Now that it's not, he can look at that. And I just don't see them seeing what we see because, well, you know. Right. Anyway, the Besties and Toxic Attraction walk. Then we get the gangsters in the locker room arguing. Mm-hmm. And then we get our main event. We're finally here at the main event.
We're done.
It's a ladies 6-man, which... Reptilian Britt Baker is actually wearing green. So is Gigi. So they're a nice match. Mm-hmm. What do you think of this match, Ray? I've got a few things to break down on it because I was actually paying attention and they actually gave me some material to work with here for any aspiring wrestlers. But what was your overall thoughts on this?
All right. Part of it felt rushed a little bit. Certain parts of the match felt rushed. There was a lot of talking during the match. I don't know. I would love to hear what you think about it. Like, I'm trying to think. Cora Jade is not a star. Roxanne Perez is better than every single person in that ring. Mm-hmm. And
Billy Ray, you know Roxy, right? You know her.
I don't think so.
From Ring of Honor, the Prodigy? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, remember when he was making fun of me? Oh, you didn't know Danny O'Brien. You didn't know.
You didn't.
Everybody
stopped watching wrestling.
Roxy.
And I can admit that
everybody
you had
knows
no
Roxy,
idea
Billy
who
Ray Valentine.
Were.
Oh, would you stop?
Idea. I told them, I was like, hey, I went to see Kenta the other day.
Everything about wrestling.
I told them I went to see Samoa Joe and Kenta. Who are those people?
That's bullshit.
You know
that
who
is
they are?
bullshit, dude. You are fucking full
so I had
shit.
to introduce him to it, and he still didn't know till much later when it got popular to know.
Shut your face, you stupid denim specialist. Yeah, exactly. You fold fucking jeans and put them in walls.
I did that.
That is actually what he did for a living.
For
a while. Well, I was a kid, so I wouldn't exactly call it for a living. But
it was a living.
I guess. I don't know if you want to call it that. I was still living with my parents at the time.
The sad thing is that we had adults there with us. That was very sad. Remember that old black lady that worked there with us?
Yeah, stop it. Go get the show over with. What are you doing?
So,
very nimble.
Would you like to mention the hotness quotient in any way in this match? You had 6 ladies to choose from.
Indy Hartwell is the least attractive out of all of them.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Even amongst Reptilian Britt Baker.
Yeah, man.
You would still take.
Yeah.
I think I would take Indy just for the accent, if that's like the tiebreaker.
Mandy Rose is the hottest.
Sure.
Oh my god!
In the 6 ladies we're talking about, Billy Ray, I think you would probably agree that she's
okay.
Then I'm gonna go with, believe it or not, Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, she's got a cute little,
She's very pretty. Mm-hmm. Then I guess you would say, Cora Jade.
She's as a wrestler, she is a pretty girl.
Then you get Gigi Dolan because of the cheeks.
Right, they were
not the ones on her face.
No, that those have definitely been on Twitter and pictures I saw just this morning.
Then you
Roxanne
go with
Perez is cute, bro.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. And then you go with the JC Jane, and then for me, it's like I said, Indy Hartwell is the bottom of the list.
Okay.
So that's just me.
Okay. So I think we've covered the most of the salient talking points. Now I'll get to the boring stuff. For the insiders, this is the kind of detailed work that you're not going to hear on other wrestling podcasts. That's why you pay your money each month to the Hami Media Group channel Attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about tag order at the beginning. Now, the whole idea is you're building up to a match with Roxy and Mandy, right? Because Roxy's got the contract. She won the breakout tournament, so she gets a shot at the title. So you would think that you would eventually kind of work up to a thing where, okay, this is what they do. They start with Jane and Cora. And, oh, by the way, they did that rolling cradle thing. You know that thing that every woman does, no matter how bad of a wrestler they are, but like in the 2000s Diva era, they taught everybody how to do it. So like Candice Michelle and Michelle McCool and basically anybody named Michelle had to do this thing where they do like the leg sweep into a cradle, into a flip pin or whatever.
I think Michelle Obama did that once, twice.
Probably.
I'm Barack.
Yeah. But his penis got in the way.
Right. So they did that.
Her penis. I'm sorry.
Right. And then they get Indy and Mandy, but it should have went from Indy, tag in Indy, then tag in Gigi.
Right.
Then Indy takes over, then Gigi cuts her off, then Gigi goes to tag Mandy, and so of course now we want to tag in Roxy, and then Mandy's gonna be like, no, I don't want that. Like she gets out of it in some way because you don't want to give away the match, right? That you're gonna have in the future, but they don't really do that. Mandy backed Indy into the ropes. Indy had her in a hammerlock, and Mandy backed her to the ropes, right? And then Mandy just turns around and just calmly grabs Indy and shoots her off to the other buckle. Now, sweetheart, when you're getting ready to do a spot like this, elbow her in the face.
Punch her right in the face. Right in the
Why
dick.
would she? Yeah. Why would she just stand there and let you shoot her off with the Irish whip when she's got the hammerlock on you? Right?
Makes no sense.
That's what a heel would do. Cut her off first. Mandy's doing great, but I'm just saying you could even be that much better. Keep it up. There was the spot where they do the triple shit can where all the heels like powder out or whatever. And if you notice, Gigi was like a little bit slow to roll out. So Roxy went over to like kick her, but she rolled out just in time. But that's what I mean. Those little attentions to details. Cause Roxy could just stood there doing a fighting pose like everybody else, but she saw that the heel was lagging behind and she went over to go kick her, So I love how Roxy pays attention to those. Like she's in the moment. She's working. You know what I mean? She believes it. You believe her. That's what's great about her. In the match, the heels just kept on Irish whipping the faces to the face side of the ring. Like they just kept throwing them over towards the partners. And hey, a little PTSD for Billy Ray Valentine here.
Did that fuck you up, Billy Ray Valentine? You saw his eyes.
Yo, is that legit? That's legit. It looks just like it, actually.
It's like just like the Gap. Yep, the one we worked at.
Yep. And here's Lawrence Weaver talking about me. And the ladies' work rate. Hey, listen, I'm a fucking wrestler. All right. What do you expect me to talk about?
Yeah.
That's my specialty. You don't need me to tell you how hot they are. You can do that yourself. So they actually got a good hot tag, but the crowd didn't even react because maybe like you said, Ray, the rhythm of the match was off. Like
it was weird.
Some stuff was sped up, some stuff was too slow, and the people didn't really know how to react to the rhythm of the match. Every match has a rhythm. It may be subconscious to fans, but like as workers, you kind of can feel this, like it's supposed to be like to a certain pace, to a certain rhythm. And if the rhythm's off, the people, like whether they know it or not or why, they get kind of confused. So you can even do the hot tag right, and the people just didn't come up because they're confused about what they're looking at.
Exactly.
And then the ending was especially weird where Roxy tagged in just to make the cover. Like Cora hits the thing off the top, the flippy do. It was a modified twisting top rope, just barely touching with the back of the afro, but she didn't have an afro, so that's why it's modified.
No afro.
And then she tags Roxy in, and then Roxy like looks down for a second and then just pins her. So my question is, do you think they ran out of time or something? Like the ref said, just go home, just pin her. But why would that matter if the show's taped?
I actually thought it was an injury. I thought because the way Roxy did that coffin dive on her, because that's what it was, she landed directly on top of her, and there's a difference between selling and having the fucking wind knocked out of you, or maybe a broken rib. I was actually looking to see if there was some type of injury to what's her name, Schnabitz. So I didn't see anything to that. I think maybe she really fucking legit got the wind knocked out of her. And she's like, go home, pin me. She couldn't breathe, Billy Ray. She was fucked up. So that's why it was like an awkward, weird, quick finish. Like I said, everything was a little off for me watching this, my guy.
It was.
So I don't know what to tell you, brother.
I don't know.
Well, let me just Billy Ray Valentine, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on. I don't get a chance to hang out with you much. You should come by my house, man, when you're off one day just to hang out.
In about 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah.
Billy Ray Valentine, out of all the denim you folded, what was your favorite?
I didn't like any of them.
Did you buy the leather jeans?
No.
You had the leather pants.
You know what I did have? I had the carpenter pants.
So did I.
I used to wear those a lot.
The polos, the peak polos.
I'm actually as soon as we get off, I'm gonna go buy some fucking polos. I need something. I might go to the Gap and get them.
I dare you. I want Vet. You know what I want Billy Ray to do? I want you to just start pulling shit out of the walls and just start refolding them. Be like, this is how you do it, bitch.
This is bullshit, bro. Yo, come over here. Let me teach you how to do this. What the fuck is this about? Listen, take out your phone, film this real quick.
His denim wall looked like jeans painted on the wall in perfect size. Remember, it was large to small going up. It was perfect. It was like a
very nice. I would get upset when anybody would fuck with it.
And then some fat woman would come in, just pull it out of the fucking wall and throw it on the floor.
Right. Terrible. And then I'd have to pick it up and fold it again.
Billy Ray, why don't you put over your social media and please tell us everything that you're doing, man. I know you got some things in the works and things that we can't even stooge off yet, but please, whatever you can tell us about the Grays.
Well, you can find me on the infinitefringe.podbeam.com. You can find me at americaunplugged.com on Rockfin /America Unplugged. You can find that every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And the Infinite Fringe, whenever I decide to put up an episode or whenever I have the time to do so, you can find that there. We're doing a radio station that we're launching. Lord willing, man, we're coming to a point where I can actually talk about this because it looks like it's gonna happen. We're behind schedule. That being said, so don't look for it anytime soon. We were aiming for a July 4th launch. That's probably not going to happen. So maybe sometime in August, but don't hold me to it. A lot of people are going to be contributing, shows and content. So a who's who of the alternative media and some of the people from HMG, Mr. Ben Hameen has committed to giving me a show. He still has to give me a bio, but he's giving me a show.
I got to give you that too.
What's that, buddy? Yeah, you guys got to do that too. Ray and Colin are coming over with Ridiculously Random, Lord willing. And we'll see what develops, but we got that going on. So look out for it. freeworld.fm.
You're still doing Primetime with Billy Ray Valentine?
I'm gonna do that on the network.
And what about the Infinite Fringe?
It's gonna be where it always is, but I'm gonna also put it up on the network to fill time later on, like maybe late night or something. I'll throw up an episode of the Fringe, but that won't be live. But Primetime will be live on the network once it's launched.
All right, so that's it. And where can they follow you, buddy?
Twitter at Obi-Wan You Know Me, and over on Instagram, BRV3GS. You can find me there. Hey, Vet, thank you, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Ray.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming on, man.
You
made it extra fun.
Maybe the first half. Second half, I had nothing to
add. My favorite thing was the 6th time Ray asked you if you knew who somebody was, and you said no.
That was really funny, right? Like he kept doing it.
It was better than the 5th time.
But how do you
not as good as the 7th time?
Well, what if, like, on the 6th time he knew who the person was?
That's a good point. Well, that's why you got to keep asking.
Otherwise, you'll never know. Anyway,
listen, dude, are you going to be like fucking streaming Ninja Turtles yet?
It comes out on Friday morning. So at the normal Next Level Wrestling Review broadcast time, I will be on Twitch streaming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and everyone that's got the game and has a PlayStation of some kind is invited to jump in because it's 6-player co-op. So,
but you have to be what do you call it? You have to be on PlayStation, right?
Yes.
Well, that's not fair. I'm not on PlayStation.
Borrow a PlayStation, Ray. Borrow one.
My son is not going to open his fucking PlayStation till goddamn July 11th.
Use a PS4.
Well, let me.
So yes, I will be, and you can find me. That's in case anybody didn't know. It's twitch.tv/opinionhaver. Because when I say opinion haver everywhere, it doesn't just mean the social media communication platforms. It's anything where you can put in a username that people can find you on. So that's PlayStation Network or whatever else. And you can always find me here, but you can also find me on the Impact Attack here on Channel Attitude. Even if you don't watch Impact, listen to me talk about it with Colin and Brandon. We make it fun. And it's also known as the Moose, and it's also recently been like AKA the Briscoe Moose, because now that the Briscoes are there, I have another favorite wrestler to be on the show to entertain me. And then you can find me filling in for people. Just this past Saturday, I was on the Smack Attack with John Enright because somebody's dad had a birthday and couldn't talk about wrestling for 2 hours. So I was there to fill in the spot. Please check that out if you haven't already. It was a good talk. And you never know. Guys like Jimmy T invite me to be on PWC programs, such as the Wednesday Night Skirmish, which got scrapped because of bad audio. But we did the PWC Extra, which did not get scrapped because it was good audio. So keep your eyes on the PWC if you don't already, because I might pop up there. And that's just about it for me.
It's a lot. And before I put over my
Impact has a stacked roster.
Who?
Impact, or whatever the fuck it's called. I saw it the other day. I was like, damn, there's a lot of freaking people here.
You know who shows up in Impact sometimes, Billy Ray?
Who?
The Switchblade, Jay White.
I did see him there. I did see the last rock and roller. Dude, that
single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden.
I was there for that.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
He sold Billy Ray a ticket single-handedly.
He sold the ballroom out, dude. It's like 12 seats.
I didn't subscribe to the Switchblade. I think they gave him the world title a little bit too early, but now I'm fully on board, 100%.
Well, really quickly, before I give my social media, I wanted to play this.
All right, get your emails ready, because this week on the Ridiculously Random podcast, available on YouTube live at Hami Media Group and the Big Vito brand this Wednesday, 6/15/22. It will be our top 5 rappers. Send me and Colin your list, show ideas, or just stop by to say hi. It's yourrandompod@gmail.com. Again, email us at yourrandompod@gmail.com. See you there.
And if you noticed that, Billy Ray, did you see that video?
No, I didn't. You were playing a video?
Jesus.
I wasn't paying attention.
So come by tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Send your emails, your top 5 rappers. Again, this isn't like the best. This is your top 5 favorite rappers of all time. So maybe my list. Well, I think my list is going to be very different than a lot of people's list, because maybe my favorite rapper is not your favorite rapper. Just because you like MC Hammer doesn't mean I like to like MC Hammer. But you can follow me on social media everywhere at Big Ray Hernandez. Yes, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, but on Facebook, it's Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. Shoot me a gimmick there, and if you're normal, I'll say hi. I always ask people if I accept you as a friend. As soon as I hit that accept button, if I get a fucking message from you, I will block you. So don't do that. Let's get to know each other first. Is that fair, guys? Anyway. All right, we're out of here. Billy Ray Valentine, how do you say goodbye in Gray Alien?
Anoki Alaki Asen Sasuke. It's kind of Japanese, The Grays and the Japanese have an exchange program going on, so there's a blend of the languages.
It's a bunch of fucking malarkey.
To each his own.
Say goodbye, Vet.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys. See you tonight, 10:30. Tune in.